Kindle version of this book.
There is a Kindle version, yeah, that's gonna get.
Kindle version, but I don't know if there's an audio version.
I need to copy audio. You know how lazy I am, bro.
Well, yeah.
I wanna hear the words resonate. They resonate way better. Right, okay. Right, I've got the link. Let me share it out real quick. Yeah, shouts to I'm streaming. Just so you
Okay.
know. So yeah, keep it PG.
Uh,
But, well, you don't have to.
nah, I have to. Right.
The cuffs, bro. The Cody cuffs are tight.
Jobs get jeopardized by this stuff.
Well, we're talking about people, not establishments. I mean, it might go that way, but I'm more focused on the people in the FTC being sheeps. That's my purpose of talking. If you want to relate that to games and companies, then by all means, bro. There's no restrictions here. You're free. You are free now.
You are all free now.
Be yourself, bro. Punch the walls down, bro. Break the shackles of the FTC. Do as you please.
That was crazy.
Let me tweet that out. Shouts to I was gonna say shouts to Will I, because man said my voice notes make his day, and I was like, you know what?
Because they're long and they are productive.
They feel. I think he meant it fills up time in his day at work. But you know what? I'm gonna take that and run with it, bro. I'll take that compliment and go with it. Bare long. So I thought, you know what? Fine, fuck it. I don't like the sound of my voice.
You give
One
him
other
something
person
to
does.
think about. Well,
If I can brighten up one person's day, and that's Will I, then I shall do it, bro. He deserves it, bro. He puts in work. Right, there we go. Spam the place up. I'm gonna do a shout out to Luckbox. I'm not gonna tell them what the podcast. I'm gonna tell them what the stream's about. I'm just gonna post a link of the stream.
oh wow. He'll probably leave. You'll probably get him upset.
Oh, what? Like he ain't got nothing. Bro, he's doing his own thing. He's doing his street star stuff. I've seen his road videos, bro. Oh shit, there's people in there. Cool. All right, then now I can see that the chat works as well. So that's blessed. So, yeah, people can interact. That's blessed. Right. Is that Tom Terminator? Tom Terminator. Wow, that is a savage name. That's a savage name. Tom Terminator. I need to change my... Bruv, when I was at Versus Fighting, me and Tank were going through the brackets, and some of the names we saw... Me and Sean, sorry. Me and Sean were looking at the names, and I was like, where we're slipping, bro. Our names aren't frightening, they're not confusing, they're just bare basic. I'm like, Sean, you're alright, because you're Sean E. That's like Mike Ross, that's like Justin Wong. You're cool, bro. But my name does not... You don't catch any emotions of my name.
Yeah, well, your name C4IQ.
Yeah, there's no emotions there. Like when you hear that,
no, because people don't actually look at your name properly.
I get maybe, yeah, maybe they just see.
They don't.
Yeah, I guess. I remember when I first met. Well, not the first time I met him, but when I went to Meltdown once, and Rich was like, he literally said it backwards.
What QI4?
Basically, yeah. Like I think he was trolling me, and he tried to mess up my name, and he perfectly said it backwards. I was like, rah, bro. And I think someone else said like, "Oh, is that your pin code?" And I was like,
"Oh,
it should be. It would make sense." But yeah, like there was a guy called, what was it? It was Crack Addict Lollies. Lollies. Yeah.
Crack Addict Lolly.
Yeah. No, Lollies. Like the sort of like kawaii girls in anime.
Yeah, Lolitas. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, it's for the stream. Lollipops. It's for the stream.
When I hear lolly, I don't hear lollipops first.
No, I don't. I as soon as I hear that, when I see or hear that word, I think Frost. Wow. Shouts to Frost. I do think Frost.
Frost is playing Street Fighter now.
Is he playing Street Fighter? Oh my god,
he's playing Street Fighter.
Wow, is he sold out?
No, not yet.
Is he trying to make friends?
I told him he should try. He wanted to try Karen. And then he said he wanted to try Cammy. I said, I beg you, just try Colleen. That looks like your character.
I can't believe he's trying to make friends. That is the only reason you'd play that game.
What, Street Fighter?
For most people.
Wow.
Well, no, that's mad ignorant. I'll take that back. From most people, no. From most, It's in the ether, bruv. It's there for everyone to hear. No, I meant like from the people I know that went back to it. Like Theory is because he was saying like there's people to play, bruv. Coming from like Guilty or whatever, there's like I can go online, I can go in ranked and actually get matches. So it's like, oh, so you make friends. I think it's an alright game. I don't think it's bad. I don't think there's a bad game, like unplayably bad. Or I've not come across it. Cross tag is very close.
What? That's a bad game.
Yeah, it's almost. It's fun. Fun and bad are very two different things.
Yeah.
Well, fun and bad are very. It's a fun game for sure.
Yeah.
A good fighting game, questionable.
I still need to pick it up though.
Yeah, good. We'll catch bear jokes.
I probably. I don't know.
Until you play Theory, then it's no fun and games, bro. That is not fun and games.
Look, when Theory wins the tournament, Theory, hurry up and win a tournament game, please. I just need to make bare noise.
Yeah, the Roy fighter needs a title back.
What did they call him?
What was it?
I need to find it.
Jibs posted it, didn't he? He print screened it.
Hold on. I need to find it. It's a new name.
What was it?
I can't move on with my day until I read it out. Oh, my phone's low.
Was it Foo Fighter or something?
No. It wasn't 4 Fighter. No, it wasn't. No. YouTube's interpretation was too sick.
Bro, I might start watching YouTube videos with subtitles. Yeah.
But they mess you up.
Just for the jokes.
Fair Fighter. That was it.
Oh my! Yeah, he's definitely. If that was his name, that would be the biggest troll, bro. Because when you play him, everything he does is unreasonable. Everything he's doing is unreasonable. I can't believe it. Sick.
Fair Fighter. The Roy Fighter, the Fair Fighter.
Right. Okay. So let's start this podcast. There's a couple of people in here. Oh man, like Iron Bullet. Oh man, like Shinjo. Farhan, shout out to you guys, SD guys.
Oh man, like Farhan, yeah.
Yeah, bruv.
I see Farhan. Hey, Farhan, I finally got Daigo's book.
Oh yeah. You might have to run out some of the chapters. Yeah.
Because before I was trying to buy it, and Farhan dropped me a link to try and get it. But I think it sold out when I actually wanted to get it, which was messed up.
Bro, that book seems delicious. Like I need that book.
Why losers can't win?
Bro, I just want to read that chapter. I'll read it twice.
I think that'll probably be the best chapter.
Yeah,
when I get to that chapter, I'm just gonna screen cap it and put it.
Please.
I'll probably change my picture too.
Bro, to that page. Just have that as your profile pic.
I probably would, you know.
Why are you losing? Because you're a loser. Next chapter 6. I have to stop being a loser.
This is where you've chosen for your final resting place.
Oh man, like Dark Horse Strife. Man's got a Fruit Loops to hit the Twitch button, and he's here.
Right, are you saying there's a button in Fruity Loops that says go to Twitch immediately?
He should have it. Go, Dark Horse, go get Charlie Sloth. Bring him. Get him to follow, innit? Anyway, yeah. So the podcast is about people in the FGC being sheeps, not having a brain of their own, and listening to the hive mind. There was no structure to this podcast whatsoever. I just needed to talk, and I said
that's all.
Yeah, that's one event, and I sent out a bat signal, and Jammerz replied instantly, saying, "What time?"
Well, because I was playing. I started a new RPG, so I might be bad at finding games again. But I just finished the mission, so I was alright.
Bro, I'm going tonight. I'm playing Smite. Until Vegeta comes out, I'm gonna go back to playing Smite.
Oh, base Vegeta, yeah.
Yeah, base Vegeta. Yeah.
I think that Gallic gun could be done in the air and the ground, like
Blue Goku Blue's in it.
Yeah,
it looks like it, bro.
Exactly like that.
I've not been guessed for a character like this since Beowulf.
What, base Vegeta?
Bro, it's my second favorite. It's my second favorite. Like Margin is the one. I'm so annoyed that I haven't got Margin, bro. Like people don't know. Before we go into the podcast, let me do like a little origin of my story, bro. So my hitbox, my original hitbox was a Marvel thing. Like no one got it, so that's blessed. The one that broke my back. Yeah. The next one I got, that's got Margin Vegeta on it, and that was way before they even announced Dragon Ball. I had that hitbox with Vegeta's eyes with the blood and the M on his head. Like Margin Vegeta is my guy. I'm not gonna change my avatar in Dragon Ball Z Fighters. He's always going to be Margin Vegeta. You know what I'm like in other games? Like I will float around a billion characters. Margin Vegeta is that guy. He is that guy. So
never know. He might come to the game.
I don't think he's coming because they've got literally every other one.
No, to be fair, there's 4 Gokus and there's 3 Vegetas. So
it's 3.5 Gokus. Like Black is half Goku.
Still Goku.
It's still Goku. You're right. But
and
it's
Majin
not.
Vegeta's 3.5.
Why is it 3? Oh yeah, I guess. But I see Majin. Like I think people look at Majin Vegeta as a transformation. So that would be like having.
It's not a transformation.
I know it's not a transformation. I know this. I'm thinking about other people, the masses. This is what matters.
Oh,
but other people, like, they'll go, well, why can't we have SSJ free Goku as a standalone character? Because Majin Vegeta is SSJ 2 in a different form. But they're idiots. And this is what the podcast is about, for sure. Like, Majin Vegeta would have a completely different tool, should have a completely different toolset. He's got different moves, and his attitude is bare different. Like, Majin Vegeta is, I'll probably say the second most ruthless. Like, base Vegeta is just mad, I'm murking everyone. Friend or foe, friendly fire is allowed, bruv. Like, what he did to Nappa clearly shows that he's mad ruthless.
That's level 3, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently, yeah, the Galaxy Breaker.
He threw Nappa in the end, done the same.
Yeah. Who do I main on Smite? I used to main Noir. I'm basic, bro. I play Bison. I play Nash. I'm a basic rare, so I play Noir. If anyone plays,
you clown.
I tried Nakali, and I tried to play him like Street Fighter 4 Bison, bro.
You're a clown.
What do you want me to do? I played Brian, who had a million strings, but 2 of them were good.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I am a basic rare. I'm fully basic. Like, I find SSJ Vegeta the most fun in Dragon Ball at the moment, bro. He hasn't got anything. He's got a DP. That's it.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I play 18 because she gets...
Bro.
I play 18 because her forehead gets the work done.
Wow.
Her forehead puts me on par with good players. This is why I pick 18.
Let him know.
Bro, I've been saying this is why my Twitter is the bar. I am the bar now. Like, if you cannot beat me, you're basically not good.
Gatekeeping.
I'm gatekeeping. Heimdall, bruv. Heimdall. I'm on the Bifrost Bridge. Come see me, bruv. Come see me.
That's fine. I saw you practice as a master today, actually.
Fives was playing to the master as well.
But that character is actually kind of fun.
You play 4? Oh, you're a scum. Actually, no, you know, 4's alright. 4's alright. No, I'm sick. Wait, bun you, Mr. Bones. But anyway, let's get to this. Because there's bare people in the chat now. So sick. Dumb, ignorant, hive mind people in the FGC. I guess we could come up with some examples. And maybe, I definitely want to try and come up with constructive criticism instead of just, wrecking people and saying their shit and then trying to move on. Let's try and give some advice. Content. Yeah, content is all like, I think there's different degrees. Like, stuff like tier lists, it's not as bad, but it would fall under people fall into the hive mind. When people are told Cell's the best in the game, or Evil Ryu's the best in the game, or Yun's the best in the game.
You called it Big Rant Attack, so...
Yeah.
I thought you'd just be bitching to no end.
I mean, there's many of podcasts that do that. I mean, I don't want to be... I don't want to be that guy that just moans and doesn't try and solve the problem.
You have to. No, you have to.
Well, I mean, I can't. Look, this is the life and story of Majin Vegeta. At first, it was like, look, I'm just going to make everyone. I am mad. I want what I want, and I want to fight Goku.
I got vexed in that damn thing with Adult Gohan and Goku.
Yeah, but at the end, man done it for his family. For his family. He blew himself up for his family and the Earth, technically.
Yeah, well, to no avail.
Bruv, allow it, man. I know this. I
haven't watched Dragon Ball in a while, and I know more.
It was a fruitless adventure, for sure, but it meant something to Trunks, anyway.
Yeah.
It meant something to Trunks. And you got to think, like, people getting misconstrued that Vegeta cares about Saiyans. He does not give a crap about Saiyans, bro. Not because of what he did to Nappa. People think, like, he was avenging the Saiyans, or by wanting to kill Frieza. No, man was just pissed that he blew up his yard.
That's it. Really.
He blew up his Yaris. He said, bruv, fuck. Like, if you watch the old... I can't remember what episode. I think it's the Legend of Bardock film. I think. When he gets the call that Frieza blows up his planet, man does not care. Man does not care. He's going for a cheeky Nando's and he's like, I'll call you back afterwards. Like, he doesn't care. Doesn't give a shit, bro. But anyway, enough about Vegeta. Yeah, so dumb people. I don't know if you've got... Do you need some time to think of an example?
Nah, I could probably just bounce off yours or just do some impromptu nonsense.
I'm sure you know a lot of people that follow the hive mind.
I know a lot of silly people.
It feels unavoidable.
Well, that's just love.
Is it though? Is it? Or is it the FGC? Does the FGC morph people into this?
But define morph into this so that they fall under the category of this hive mind mindset.
Because I've had my Full Metal Alchemist moment when I was at the gates and man had the Philosopher's Stone in his hand.
Oh my god!
And the doors open, and I saw the hive mind, and it grabbed me, bro. It grabbed my arm. I was nearly Alphonse, bro. I nearly had no body. I nearly got sucked into that realm. But I luckily I caught myself. Transmutation circles, bro.
You're starting to sound like Kanye West. Real bad.
You ain't got the answers, Sway, bro. I know it. He ain't got the answers. But yeah, like I think it's very easy to get caught up in the mob mentality when a lot of people basically push a point and you don't. Not saying that people. This is not me dissing people saying they're stupid. When you don't have the sort of the I think it's more like the mental power to fight what people were saying.
To challenge.
Yeah, basically to challenge, yeah. Some people I think are, maybe they just because they're not smart enough, they don't know enough. I think a lot of people that are getting into the FGC just get caught up in it. They just literally get swept away. Before they even know what's what, they get swept away in it. Other people, I feel like they're going, look, I could fight this, but what's the point? No one's listening. I've been there. The whole Nash thing, that was my Philosopher's Stone moment, bro. That was me. Because I was like, this character isn't good, but everyone's telling me he's good. What can I do? What can I do? I can't... What? There's no point in me arguing with everyone saying, I play this character, I'm not good enough to, like, even get top anything. I go 1 and 2 at best at Meltdown with this character. So clearly, I cannot show people that I know what I'm doing. So why is anyone going to listen to me when I, like, kind of explain the facts and the numbers? No one listened. And then the nerf happened, and then I was saying, let's look at what got nerfed. It wasn't that bad, but how has he gone from the best to the worst?
Yeah, or one of the best.
One of the best. One of the best. When, like, Elijah was winning, when Infiltration was winning, when Yukadon was doing things, that's when... Is it Fujimura?
He's changed his name to Fujimura now.
Oh, snap. Yeah, my apologies. That is law. He has changed his name. Sorry.
It does slip out of people's nonsense.
Sorry. Yukadon does not exist anymore. He's reborn. Born again, bro. He evolved. But yeah, those people were winning with him. They nerfed... Well, you're the Street Fighter 5 head. Can you remember vaguely what they nerfed? I know they nerfed the dash back and forward. I'm sure they like took 1 or 2 frames from the forward dash. I believe the complaint was that for the first like 7 frames of his forward dash, he didn't actually move. So he caught people off guard.
Yeah, he didn't move first. I think they added 1 frame to his forward dash to make it 18 to 19. They nerfed the distance that his backdash done because if he done like a string or an attack and he backdashed, if he backdashed twice, he was full screen. He actually was full screen, and you couldn't catch. And this was at the time where people didn't know the game, so they couldn't react to dashes. So having him being elusive, weaving in and out, that was a very big problem. Mm-hmm. If season 1 Nash stayed now, I don't think he'd be all right, but it wouldn't be much of an issue because people would know how to do it. But yeah, Nash was very strong in season 1 because people didn't know.
So it's more the lack of knowledge that made him strong, not because of his music.
If you look back, if you look at the game now, people's understanding of the game now, look back to what the characters had then, it's boiled down to people just didn't know. And they did, since it was a new game, people understand what was good or what the meta was at the time and how to punish certain things. Infiltration figured this out beta time, so I'm just going to do this and that because no one will get. So, and L.I. Joe kind of did something similar, with Nash, but
Do you think
right off the bat?
Do you think that's a good basis to say a character's good though? Because of people's lack of knowledge makes this character good. Where Chun, on the other hand, was good, people knew that she was good and they knew the quote unquote knew the matchup. But she was good because of her toolset, not because people didn't know what to do. Because obviously when the game started, I was the Nash player and Fury was a Chun player. And we was both saying Fury was saying okay, I've figured out what I need to do in this game.
Yeah.
He was like, look, these throws leading to meaties and TK legs is OP.
It wasn't that bad actually, because again, when you base something off of what a top player says, it's just natural. It's like an advert. So if you saw, let's say, if you saw like David Beckham use deodorant and he says it's good, you're gonna think it's good without actually challenging why it's good, because that guy's clearly went out of his way to find whether it's good or not, or he might have got paid a little something, but you don't actually know.
Standard.
The same thing but obviously in fighting games is a lot different, because when someone goes, a character's good, and a lot of people don't see it, they have to wait until that character wins. And Infiltration actually mentioned this in his rant video about Cammy. If you haven't seen that, it's like, go on his YouTube channel. It's like 53 minutes long. It's actually hilarious.
He's generally seriously upset. He's really upset when he's doing that.
True. What he says, he goes, people say these characters are strong, but who's actually winning with them? And it's like, people didn't think Akuma was strong until Takeda did something. Mm-hmm. People didn't think Manat was strong until Sako, Infiltration himself, and Justin Wong, they all did. People didn't think Ibuki was that great. Well, she was great before in season 2, and she's still good now. But it was the whole point of when one person says, when a strong player or competitor says something's good in a game, a lot of people will follow without really considering it. And you did say it before, it's because they don't really know a lot about fighting games or the game at hand. Mm-hmm. So they'll just go, well, if he said it, it must be right. But then there's some people that go, oh yeah, they'll say like Mika's bad, and I'll go, no, she isn't. Or some people go, Nash is really bad, and then Nash will go, no, it isn't. It's just people don't know, etc., etc. But there are most times where you can see when someone goes like Cammy's good, everyone will go, yeah, she is. You don't have to be super intricate with the game or super knowledgeable to see that. It is like blatantly obvious.
Yeah, I think a lot of characters throughout all fighting games, you have the characters that are visually OP. You have the characters that are sort of like frame data OP, where it's just like, okay, I can see what he's doing, but it's not tricky. But the person playing the character knows, like, okay, when I do this, I know I can do this, and there's nothing you can do about it. Those sort of characters, the mathematically OP characters. So visually, people that don't know frame data or kind of meta or anything like that, they're like, oh, I don't know why I'm losing. Like, I just can't see it. Like, I think Ballra kind of falls into that category, ish.
He done that. If we're still talking Street Fighter, he done that last season. He was very good, and again, that was something that was painstakingly obvious because of turn punch. The higher the level, the more plus he was on block.
There you go. So
the more damage he done. So
a person who doesn't know about, say, turn punch in general would be like, oh, okay, I blocked turn punch, it must be my turn. But the Ballra player, knowing the character, knows that, oh, I've held it for however long, I know I'm going to have about XYZ amount of plus frames so I can take the piss and do whatever. Those characters aren't visually strong, if you know what I mean, because it's the numbers behind what they're doing.
Well, okay, Balrog is, and but turn punch was safe throughout the whole time it's been in the game.
Is it still throw invincible?
No, they've taken that away as well.
Okay,
that was just, it was too good. It went from -2 to like +9, and you could charge multiple taps. So you could do you could have a level 4, but you could be scoring a level 6.
Cheese and rice, bro. That is very unreasonable.
And from level 3 onwards, it was fully invincible. and that it was crazy. But Barrel is a decent example, but I'd say would be a better example. Fang would be a better example.
Hasn't he always been bad though?
Yeah, but there's a lot of things he has that are which people don't respect him for. So
Right.
because the natural mindset of Fang is bad, or even Falk or Jury, they're bad.
Right.
But
Are they though?
Infiltration wins with Jury.
Right.
So that kind of he's kind of the guy that's putting the equilibrium back to where it is, the status quo sort of thing.
Do you mind if I take this moment because you're here as well? Like, okay, so is the general consensus about Jury that she's bad? Is that still the thing? Is that still the hipster Shoreditch thing? Right? Okay, cool. Even when Infiltration was doing things with her, yeah.
He'd only use her for 1 or 2 matchups, and part of the reason was a lot of the people he was fighting didn't know the character, and again, the whole philosophy of look, the general consensus she is bad.
Okay,
and people don't fight a Jury to Infiltration's level.
So when Jury dropped, I tried her for a little bit, yeah.
We all did.
True. I wasn't the only one. I'm not saying like Jury's my bae. She's not, but I have always said that she's not that bad. I've always said that. Do you think I'm being... You can be bare truthful, bro. I don't take offense, bro. But do you think I'm just trying to be hip by going against the grain? Or do you think I could have a point? Or do you think I'm just, just going, oh, everyone says she's good, I'm just going to be the opposite and say she's bad? Or, well, in this situation, reverse. Everyone thinks she's bad. I'm like, I don't think she's that bad. Because I honestly think... hand on heart, not trying to be a hipster, I think she is better than Nash, bro. I honestly think that. Am I waste? Am I actually waste?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's a little bit of column A, it's a little bit of B, because when Jury came out, she was bad. She got slightly buffed, but then due to Infiltration, she got turned down again. And Infiltration did apologize about that. But it's a thing where she can look. It's conspicuous that she's not good enough to be in the Street Fighter 5 meta, but by a character, if you have that kind of mental fortitude and patience, you can make her decent. It's just more you have to work harder than other characters. I'm doing something similar with Falk at the moment. Falk is not. I thought Falk was abysmal at first when I started messing around.
I heard this. This was the...
I'm like, oh, okay. She's actually not as bad as I thought she was. But that's because I sat down and played her properly. Because I played her once before with some of the guys, and then other people played her around the world. And they said, nah, this character is just dead. She's waste. She's bad. And then everyone just wrote her off. And I went back and I said, I haven't actually sat down with this character yet. So, A, let me learn it for commentary things. And then B, let me actually find out why she's bad. And I think that's what a lot of people don't do. In a lot of things, whether it's FGC or what, they, again, just to reiterate, they follow a strong opinion. Or a guy, if a guy's got results, or he's got a huge follow, or at least talk some sort of sense, they'll go, yeah, okay, so I can kind of take his word for gospel, or her word for gospel. Not completely, but it's a strong, valid point. And that tends to not happen with certain things in the FGC, mainly with characters. But
yeah, no, I agree. I think
people do just wait for a guy to say, "Oh, this character's good" or "This character's bad" before they make their own assumption without trying. But it's because they haven't got that ability that the top players or someone up top does. That makes sense.
I think I hear what you're saying, and I'm gonna slightly move on. We're talking about Falk, by the way. What was I going to say? I wanted to bring up the example. We know it. I'm not sure everyone else does. But Theory, when Sakura came out. This was Theory's life. Because people like Alex Myers. Shout out to Alex Myers. He's a sick player. And other people that play Suri. Yeah, no, he's blessed, bro. He's blessed. I've seen a lot of his tweets. And he's like... Yeah, no. He proper, he's not shy to tell people about his life. I've seen some of his tweets, bro. And they're like... Bro, that guy's gone through some shit. Shout out to Alex Myers for real, bro. Shout out to Alex Myers for real. But obviously he was like a Sakura connoisseur, bro. Like that is his bait. And Theory was it seemed like the only guy saying, nah, she's not that bad. Like, she's not crap. Like, everyone's making her out to be. Yeah. And he came up with loads of tech. You know what Theory's like, innit? He done the same with Chun from day one. And I could see Theory, and I was like, you must be on the borderline of insanity. Because you're saying all this stuff over and over again, and no one's listening. No one is listening to him. They're seeing his tech videos go, oh, that's cool, but Sakura's still whack. And it's like, what? Does this 15-minute video of me showing you what she can do prove that she can, hang with the big boys in Street Fighter?
Where people, again, this is another hive mind, sheepish mentality. And this has been happening for the longest time. But I think as the scene grows in or moves forward in a certain direction, it becomes more apparent and more annoying. Because it's like, so we can go, all right, so we can say, Jury or Nash is decent. And then someone will go, outside of Bonchan, who else is doing something? If you don't see this character numerous amounts of times, then there's a problem. Like, okay, again, there was a ranking event that happened recently in Asia. There were 5 or 6 cameras in top 8.
You told me about this.
The character is good if there's 6 of them in the top 8. And the thing is, Haitani had to fight like 5 or 6 back to back, and then he had to do the same thing. He had to fight like 2 or 3 at versus fighting. Mm-hmm. But when you seldom see a character somewhere, there's like 1 in top 32, or maybe there's like 2 in top 16, or there's none in top 64. And it's like, well, the character is just rubbish.
Okay,
people make their own deductions, not based off their own intuition, because that falls under the category you say people are just ignorant because they haven't gone out and looked themselves. They're looking at statistics and other rubbish they see online. Not rubbish, but information.
Yeah, they're just looking at numbers that someone's projected at them and gone, oh, well, by this piece, like with the CPT, and they always put like the stats scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically people see that and go, well, boy, that's it. And this is going to move on to my next point in regards to like the hive mind. And that's the whole... We'll take Dragon Ball Z as an example because I think it's the most prominent. And because of the people that are in Dragon Ball, there's a lot of, obviously, people from other fighting games that are playing this. And there's a lot of new players where it's like their first, maybe their second fighting game. So I think
that's the biggest... what is it? The biggest and the easiest people to target. Or sway their opinion. Sorry, you have to be eloquent with this kind of crap.
What, the new players or Dragon Ball Z players?
I want to say both. But
I would say both. Say both.
The new players.
Okay, you be PC. I'm going to say all of them.
You had the perfect example of DBZ being the prominent one because it came out in January, so it's been out for about 5-6 months now, and since a lot of people they're treating this as their first serious fighting game. You can sway them or persuade them very easily.
It's Dragon Ball Z made me feel so many sort of ways. Like, obviously, the people like you and like Theory and other people, Man like Dark Horse and all that, you know how I am, and I've been this way for time. And then once I started getting quote unquote good at Guilty Gear, it started to subside because the people I was hanging around with, like Sean and Rad, they were good, and I couldn't really argue with them. To a degree. Like, it's not a case of arguing per se. It's more of a case, I could have a conversation with them. Yeah. I could say, oh, I think this. Then Sean would say, well, boy, I think this. And I can prove it. And I'm like, I guess I can't argue with that, bruv. Like, I just can't. Same with Red. When Dragon Ball Z came out, it brought all of that back, bruv. It brought all of my furious... Bruv, I felt like Azura's Wrath. Like, I was hearing and seeing some far out stuff. Some hippie shit, bruv. Real hippie shit. And the defense behind the statements really annoyed me. And it's a weak argument. That's what it is. Like, I am all about people having opinions. I don't want people to agree with me all the time. I want people to have an opinion.
One thing people need to have is their opinion. They can't
have a backbone, bruv.
Right.
But have a backbone that's made out of something, bruv. Not paper mache. Like, when I say, is this character good? And you go, oh, well, they got top 8. And I'm like, that is not a defense. Kazunoko was probably the only Yamcha player. Is Yamcha good? Yamcha's won a tournament. Is he good? If you're going to sit there or sit in your yard and WhatsApp me defenses of why a character's good because of when a player places there with them, you just need to dead. You need to be gone. You need to be stopped. You need to trance level 3, bro. You need to be stopped. You need to be stopped because that literally makes zero sense. Zero sense.
If you watch that setback, the grand finals, right? And I think someone did decipher this on Twitter. So if you see him, how he actually used Yamcha, do you remember how? This is people won't know this. We used to play Street Fighter Cross Tekken. There was a player we had called Ro, and he played Vega and Paul.
Bad man.
And every time he snapped in or tagged in Paul, he done a combo and he got him out because he couldn't win in neutral. That was the exact same thing that Kazunoko was doing with Yamcha. It's like he done similar things. Unless he was forced to play with Yamcha, he would do a combo, try and get him out, and then use him for the assist. Because mainly he was using Yamcha for the assist. And it was after Gohan super dashes, to make it safe and apply real strong pressure.
Pressure. It was guaranteed block string. It was super dash, which is anti-neutral into now you have to block Yamcha. Yeah, if you don't 2H Gohan with a super dash, you're taking the block string. That's basically what his strategy was. And like we said about Ro, he played Vega, gem loadout, and then a power gem. That's what Paul was. He was the power gem. He just gave him damage off of his neutral.
And it's a thing that people misunderstand because it's like, so obviously you play devil's advocate and go, okay, so Yamcha won a tournament, but we have to remember DBZ is a 3 versus 3 game, and if you really analyze the set, Yamcha had very specific uses. He wasn't in open play for as long as Adult Gohan was. And there actually were quite a few people that said, Yamcha's good. He's flexible, and he's got some things, but he's not brilliant.
I agree. I don't think Yamcha's a bad character. I do not think he's a bad character.
No one in DBZ is bad. No one in DBZ is bad.
Beerus?
Yeah, okay. I was getting onto that.
I think Beerus is... He's the worst. I don't know if he's bad, but he's definitely the worst.
Problem in week 1. I knew the problem, and I was just like, I'm upset.
I'm genuinely upset when they did to Beerus, bro. I'm really upset. Like, he has so many fundamental things that don't work with him. It's like...
The game doesn't allow you to... The game doesn't want... No. The system goes against Beerus. That's the problem.
That's one thing. I think they just made him badly as well. It feels like they made him be crap. Like, I know what you're saying with the whole ball system. Like, the meta does not want you to play how you want to play with Beerus. It's counter Beerus. The game, because it's Beam Super Dash. He has neither one of those. Obviously, he's got Super Dash, but his projectiles don't stop Super Dashes or beams. So, he wants to zone, but it's too easy to get in. It's literally a one-button game when it comes to getting in. It's Reality Stone on crack. And regards to the Yamcha situation, that is the defense that I've not heard many people say, but when they defend other characters, like, this is what I hear when I talk about Vegeta. It's like, well, everyone plays Vegeta, he must be good. It's like, no, maybe everyone's just bad. Maybe. I'm not saying that is the truth, but maybe if people didn't do random vanishes, they wouldn't get hit by it. Like, pre-patch Vegeta was really good. That was a really good assist. This version, when you can super dash and reflect on block, I'm like, well, he hasn't got any pressure. Before I was saying, bruv, you don't know pressure until you've blocked Boo's assist. That's real pressure. That is Brook and Crook shook, bruv, because all you can do is Alpha Counter. That is all you can do to stop the guess. And you can still get hit by the Boo assist. The Boo assist doesn't disappear when you come off the screen and your next character flies in. You can get hit by the Boo assist with a super dash. Vegeta's, that don't happen. And I'm like, am I playing a different game? Am I playing like the beta version or like the next update before everyone else? Can no one see what I'm seeing? Am I from the future or am I an idiot? I just don't know. Like, this is how I've been playing the game. It's like the things that people are moaning about, it's like, it's not that deep. You're maybe just shit. Has that never come across your mind? Like,
people's perception ain't as sharp as others, for one. And again, they might have seen it being abused in a tournament, somewhere online, or they're again unfamiliar with the situation. So, and you don't hear this from one person; you hear it from the masses. So they'll go, right, this is good, this is bad. or whatever, because I don't know, it's just natural. It is just natural for people to do that.
I think,
or to assume that.
I think because I've seen Hope when like really early on, Sonic Fox was saying that Vegeta's trash. And then the only reason he kind of changed or the kind of reason everyone went against it was because of what Goichi was doing.
But you know what? That was purely it. Even I was part of that.
See, what I feel in a lot of situations when this happens or is said is that you have, maybe not on purpose, but you've literally taken away what makes that player good. You've basically said, oh, Goichi proved that Vegeta was good. It's like, Goichi could have put Beerus there and still won. Who knows? The player is good. It's not, they're basing a character on a player. And maybe it's only Kazunoko that can play Yamcha. Maybe. Well, if the character was truly good, anyone could pick him. Goichi could have picked him instead of Vegeta and done the same thing. But maybe it's only Kazunoko that can play Yamcha. Who knows?
I don't know. You're trying to spitfire like random theories at me.
I'm being devil's advocate, bro. I'm like, I just want people to think outside the box, not like, oh well, everyone plays Vegeta, he must be good. That is not the case. I'm not saying that's on a broad spectrum. Like Cell is clearly good. I'm not gonna say, oh, everyone's playing Cell because he's easy. He's not because he's good. He is good. I don't think he's the best, but I'm prepared to accept that people will disagree with me. I think Boo's the best. And when I defend why Boo's the best, I will put in facts like he is one of the... There's two characters in the game that have a counter hit state. Him and Nappa. He has a counter hit state which allows him to combo off with Mystic Ball.
Okay.
And Nappa, on his armored elbow, he has that. No other character gets any reward for getting counter hit. No other character. Not damage, not hit stun, not anything. He gets a state where he gets the smash state. So he gets a combo. I'm like...
force counter hit.
Yeah. So if he gets a counter hit, he gets a combo. If he doesn't get a counter hit, he doesn't. No other character has that. That is obviously a core thing in every other game. Every other game, you get rewarded for getting a counter hit. Whether it be damage or hit stun or whatever. Look at Persona. If you get a fail counter, that's basically a dead character. And you get crushed cannons in Street Fighter 5, whatever. But with Cell, maybe because I played Amigage longer, he is perfect because he doesn't have a flaw. I don't think that makes him the best in the game. Where Boo he's perfect and very good at other things.
Right.
His corner combo, I would argue that it does more than Cell loops in the corner. Like the real Boo stuff in the corner is slightly outrageous. He has a vacuum when he's 2M on block. Now, there's a few other characters that have that. Yamcha's got that. On his second hit of his auto combo, it's got a vacuum, so it pulls you out of the corner. You can only take advantage of it when you're in Spark, though, because then you can jump cancel normals and Spark. But if you're in a corner and Yamcha does 5L, 5L, and he IDs over you, you best block cross up. Otherwise, you're getting wasted. And Boo does that. Boo does 2M into Mystic Ball. You're losing easy 60%. Easy. With one bar. Easy 60% one bar. Cell can't do that. If he touches you in the corner, then yeah, you're taking Sir. And his quote unquote high low, which I'm gonna have to do a video and debunk it. But you know what's that?
I said you might have to.
I might have to because this is another thing that's really bugging me. Like for me, it is simple, but I know I'm borderline autistic in it, so whatever. But when I see the double overhead to the low, I think, well, mathematically, there is no difference between him doing one overhead or two overheads into a low. The frames in when he's doing those attacks don't change. The only character that kind of changes is Gohan because he's got a fast fall. But everyone else, when they do an air move into a low, the window of the air attacks to the low attacks are about the same. So you can literally have the same block. I've recorded it. I'll tweet it out or something. But I recorded a dummy blocking for a certain amount of frames standing in into low. And I did double overhead, single overhead, empty low. And he blocked it. So that means there's no mix because it's the same window of blocking that you have to do. It's when you try to react that you get blown up. Or if you hold up too early or hold down too quickly or whatever.
Right.
And it's things like that make me think, surely I'm not the only one who thinks this. Surely someone else went, okay, let me test how to defend. Obviously, with Dragon Ball, everyone's going, if I've got a touch of death, let me upload that. Can I kill from a 2M? That needs to be shown. The world needs to see this.
It's a mentality thing. Once they see one guy, we spoke about this before.
Twitter combos, bruv. Plague me, bro. They plague my timeline.
It's seeing one person do it and having the mentality to go, well, if he can do it, surely I can. Nothing wrong with that. But then if you purely or solely think about that and not all the other variables or factors, then again, sheep mentality.
Like, how do we nullify this? How do we beat the hive mind? Because I've tried, and I'm open to examples, because in let's take the Dragon Ball Z WhatsApp chat for example. For people that are not in there, there's like a group of Dragon Ball Z players in a WhatsApp chat, mostly from the UK, and for the most part, from the beginning, it's been me and RMZ, and we're playing good cop bad cop, and then we swap. I'm the guy that says, like, you're an idiot for thinking that. Let me tell you why you're an idiot. And then RMZ will be the guy in the background laughing. And then every now and again it will change. And then he will get his chair out, get everyone to sit cross-legged on the carpet, and he would preach to people and say, like, look, tears don't matter to you because you're all whack. But he'll say it in a nicer way than I would. And that's how I would say it. But he'll be like, you don't need to worry about tears. We're not at that level where tears matter. Just do what you feel is good, you know, blah, blah, blah. Pick the characters you like. Tears don't matter, blah, 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 blah. And it doesn't feel like we've had much progress.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's because people were ignorant. People were like, no, this hive mind is too strong. Or maybe, you know what, they're playing the game just to have fun. Maybe they're just casual players that are wearing pro player sheep clothing. And they're hanging around these breads to be noticed. I mean, it's cool. Whatever reason you have for playing games, as long as you're transparent with it, I haven't got a problem personally. I ain't got a problem. But it seems like a struggle getting players to think for themselves more than anything else.
Well, okay. I was about to say some players. Most players do need a push to be pushed in the right direction, or at least have something. Have like something to properly think about, like to give them a reason to want to get good. And that's why, obviously our example is Dragon Ball Z. That's why I tried to urge most of the people that that weren't gonna go versus fighting to go to versus fighting.
For the reality check.
Yeah, for people who didn't know, versus fighting was the second saga on the Dragon Ball Z World Tour, and the winner got a Dragon Ball courtesy of Sonic Fox. He won. So yeah, it was a big thing, and so huge players, prominent players were coming down, and I said, well, this is your chance to go. How much do you really know about the game? Maybe you've been looking at it wrong. Maybe you've been following the wrong opinions. Just stuff like that. And more people are starting to come out of that sheepish mentality and start to think for themselves and really try to. Some people even started doing new things and having a new incentive to play the game, like what? Enigma? Shouts to Enigma,
bro. Shouts to Enigma.
Like, versus fighting actually changed it.
Bro, he transformed. He transformed.
But yeah, and then look, we got more people wanting to travel around to the next saga on the tour, which is Ultimate Fighting Arena. It's gonna be in Paris. You know, you got the Head Stomper event that I think it's only Rudy that's going to.
Big ups Rudy. Good luck, man. Good luck.
So, having that kind of reality check, or in our case, you know, the greatest piece of the humble pie.
The biggest slice. Crust included.
You have to eat it as well.
But
having that part, it will definitely broaden your mind, and you will definitely go and say, right, maybe I shouldn't really listen to what these guys. I'll value their opinion all the time because people do that anyway. But if someone's gonna say something about a character, whether it's like Cell's the best in the game, or Kid Buu's the best in the game, or maybe Super Dash is rubbish or something, it's like, and you haven't really tried to challenge it or question it, then you needed that humble pie to show you the weights, sort of thing.
I think that's the point I've been trying to push the most. It's not a case.
Yeah, but you probably just done it in a roundabout way.
Yeah, no, I've done it in a mad ignorant way. I'm hella ignorant. I'm Ruby Jump B, bro. I just don't care, and I feel like I've got my point across. Whether it's been received correctly, I'm just like, look, I've said my piece. But I want people to think for themselves. I want people to listen once, test twice. Bars.
All right.
If you hear someone, even if it's something simple like, Beerus's level 3 is whack. I said that yesterday.
It actually isn't.
Compared to Trunks.
Okay. Compared to Trunks, yeah.
Yeah, in compared to Trunks. So yeah, sorry, there's context. In compared to another character's level 3 where they're basically the same, they're a grab, Beerus's is not as good. And I don't want people to go, oh, okay. I want them to go tell me why it's not good. I want people to test the shit. Not just me, but in general. When you hear information like, okay, Cell's good. Cell's got really good mix-up in the corner. I want to be like, okay, let me play a Cell player and then see why it's good. And then I want to... That's the first test. The second test is like, okay, now I know. Let's see what my results bring now. Then I'll take it to trading mode, replicate the pressure and go, oh, I can stand block for this amount of frame and then crouch block and it nullifies everything. Oh, if he does IAD into another IAD, I can OS with 2H, and if he does IAD throw, the 2H will tech the throw. Like, just test shit. Don't take stuff as gossip.
Yeah, well, look, a lot of people will do that because, again...
Do they though?
We'll probably just go around in circles with this stuff. They probably don't have time. Their favorite players or the people they follow that have a huge following, they go, look, well, I've done it. And remember, when these guys make the point, they're not just throwing it out there randomly. They're even making a educated assumption because of their past experience with fighting games, or they've generally sat down with that character for several hours, maybe a week, and they'll just go, yeah, Kid Boo's the greatest, or
he definitely is.
Ginyu ain't that great, or what? I'm just throwing out random examples. Like, look, let me tell you something now, right? Evo is going to be the sickest thing because there's going to be a horde of Ginyu players coming out of nowhere. That is going to happen. It's going to happen.
You know what? I need to get Instagram and just vlog all my opinions because I said Ginyu was good.
We both said it.
We both said that. We both I picked him in a tournament. I picked him for the Elf tournament. And I was picking this character. I was losing, but I was still going, this character is ridiculous. He has combo breakers coming out of his batty crease, bro. Like, if I call Rikum, you cannot press a button, bro. You can't.
Which one? The beam or the action?
Beam? Yeah, sorry, he's got 3. So the beam one. Not the knee or the speech, the king speech when he starts screaming and then he explodes. The beam is the best beam in the game. The duration is better than any beam that any other character does on point. So if Goku does a beam and I call Riku, my beam will go on longer than Goku's and then hit him. While I'm still moving around with Ginyu. Listen to me, bro.
When I tested the entire Ginyu force can cover both techs in the corner.
Burter legs? Are you dumb?
Well, because I knew what Riku, Berta and Jace, I can't remember the other one, they locked down. When I knew that Goldo could cover both techs, I said, nah, this guy is something else.
And oh my gosh, I'm going to make it known now. So the Krillin wave has started.
It seems like it.
And
is this a hive mind thing?
This is where I was going with it. Is this a hive? Because, again, I'm not trying to boost my ego, but I did say he was good. When everyone was saying, oh, his limbs are whack, I'm like, bro, there's a super dash in the game. Limbs do not matter that much. They do not matter that much. They are important, but it's irrelevant. What is important is that he can solar flare, so you can't banish that because it hits behind him. He also has the sickest Oki with rocks. You can tech up, down, wherever you want. You are not avoiding the rock.
Okay.
His lockdown is sick. He has stackable level 1, so he can do 1 destructive disc, 2, 3. He isn't restricted where other characters have to go 1 or 3. Yeah. He's not restricted like that. Beerus has like a 1 and 2 or whatever. I think Krillin can go up to 4, maybe 5 destructive discs. And then he can DHC. DHC.
Ginyu can do 1 to 3, innit?
Yeah, Ginyu can go 1 to 3, and his level 3 is a hard knockdown as well. So he can't
DHC that, can he?
The level 3, I believe so. If he's on point, he can.
Okay.
If he's the second,
I'd have to test it.
If he's second, he can only do the level 1 version. So if you do, say, 18 into Ginyu into Vegeta, the Ginyu will only do level 1. But if Ginyu's on point, he can do level 3 into another character's level 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another thing about Krillin. I have always said, I wasn't the advocate. I didn't start this trend about sparking level 1. I think it's pretty clear that Chris G did that. And then it was like, oh, maybe we should leave Spark for the anchor character. And from then on, I was like, does this make Krillin OP? Because his assist and on point, he can recover blue health. And that's the whole point. So if you get hit by raw level 3, you can, for a Sentry Beam, and get all that health back. All of it. Where people using Spark to do that, he has it as a normal... Well, it's 1 bar. It's 1 bar. If it's an assist, it's not any bar. Yeah. And I'm like, this character is so meta, it's hurting me, bruv. It's painful. It's painful that people aren't playing him. Same with like 18 assists. Everyone's like, oh, 18's got the worst assist in the game because it's not a physical. It doesn't cause lockback. And it's like, bruv, go play Ixie. Go play Ixie and tell me that assist is whack.
Nah, it's not rubbish. Because even the stuff we were in Manor House, I know that's not rubbish. I knew that thing wasn't rubbish in the first place anyway.
And shout out to Enigma. He saw something before I said it, and it gave me hope for that, bro. Like, that, me and him have a turbulent relationship. But he said, oh, you know what, 18's kind of a sick assist. And I was like, yeah, tell me more. Preach. And then he said, basically, so, yeah, like, if you do barrier and someone's hitting a button, you get an unscaled 2M starter. Where for GR, if they press a button, they get hit for GR, you do a 2M, it's scaled because of the assist hitting. The barrier gives you no scaling, bro.
Oh, so that's actually a very good point.
Bro, I spotted the man instantly. I was like, oh, so now we're combos. Yes, now we're using our brains. Now you're thinking outside the box. You're not listening to everyone else. You're like, oh, unscaled 2M, Twitter combo punishes are legit now. Let's go. That's what I want people to do. Think for themselves instead of going, oh.
You know, I might mess around with that later.
Bruv.
That's actually pretty sick. I didn't realize that. Because it absorbs hits, you build the meter. And okay.
They took that away, to be fair. They did take that away.
Oh, they're taking away the meter part.
As an assist, yeah, she doesn't gain meter as an assist. On point she does, but as an assist she doesn't. But it still applies. The only thing that beats the barrier is Dragon Rushes and level 3. Yeah, and level 3. But at the beginning, everyone writ her off. We can go, I mean, this happens in every game. Marvel, they had Wesker. Oh my gosh, Wesker's OP. Then you saw 2 Weskers like literally 2 years down the line. And no Anchor Weskers. Anchor Wesker was like literally Dark Phoenix in the beginning. Yeah. And I was there going, I stopped playing him because I was a hipster back then. I was like, oh, I'm not playing him if everyone else playing him. And then when he got bad, quote unquote, when he was bad to begin with, I was like, this character's fun. He's whack as an anchor. He's absolutely whack. I don't know why anyone would think that character was good as an anchor. I just can't see it. I think most characters are good as an anchor because of the damage increase or whatever and the speed. But he didn't do anything extraordinary in X Factor. Everything he did outside of X Factor, he could do with glasses off. So if anyone doesn't know, when he had his glasses off, he got speed increase and his teleports changed a little bit. Okay. And his links he had better links. So there were certain links you could do with shades on that you couldn't do with shades off. Yeah. So he got a buff from that anyway, and then the X Factor was on top of that. But my point is, characters that I don't think I'm a genius. I do not, even if you look at my name, I don't think I'm a genius. I just think I'm not scared to say stuff that isn't real now.
Right.
And
I can understand that. Well, I know this, but other people don't.
Yeah, I've said from day that Tien's the best anchor. Everyone says it, but where are they?
What?
Ellie Golden, bruv. Where are they now? I can't. All I see is Theo.
There's no. Remember, it's the whole. What was it? Point, explanation, evidence. I can't remember what it was. It's something in English. You have to back up the statement. If you're gonna make something, you're gonna make an outlandish remark like that. You've got to back it up. And if there's nothing there, no results, not even any footage or even lab videos with an in-depth explanation, then people are just gonna think you're an idiot.
But is that right though? Is that fair? Because
no, I'm not. Whether it's right or wrong is absolutely irrelevant. Because if the people don't see the result or they don't understand your point, they're just gonna write off and say this guy's just making mad dumb remarks.
Aluminium basement dwellers.
I can come into DBZ right now and say Ginyu is top 5. I can say that.
You can say that.
I can randomly just go Ginyu is top 5.
You'll get some eyes,
And
bro.
it's like-
You'll get some WhatsApp eyes if you said that, though.
Of course, exactly. But then people would be going, what is he basing it off? Where are the results? No Ginyu has come to the tournament. Is this guy actually completely ignorant and daft that he's forgotten about Adult Gohan, 16, Cell, Kid Buu, Degenerate Bardock, that he's going to make an outlandish remark saying Ginyu is top 5?
But this is what I'm saying. Like, I think it's more the tournament result thing that bugs me. That bugs me to no end. And I lived it in Street Fighter 4. And I was that guy. I've been there. I'll put my hands up. I was the guy that went, oh, Bison's not good because Bison don't win tournaments. That was my defense.
Well, they can be good, but they're just not like super strong or top tier. Do you know what I mean?
But
Because,
people
like,
that fought against Bison would say he's top tier. Oh, Scissors is safe on block. And it's like, technically you're still incorrect because I played Theory enough to know that my ass will get SPD'd if he blocks one.
Or remember, grabs are like 1 or 2 frames in that game.
Exactly. So the statement is untrue. At its core.
Yeah.
Oh, snap, there's an echo.
Oh,
From
my
your
bad.
end.
Right, is it all right now?
Yeah, it's blessed now. Oh, no, it's still there.
Why is it still there?
That was weird. I think it's been happening for like 10 seconds.
That's okay. That's weird. Why is the echo there? Okay.
Text
Let me
us. Nah, it's still echo.
Is it still echo?
It's still echoing, yeah. What have you done? Mess with the settings.
I have no idea. I literally did not do anything. No, it shouldn't be anything wrong with it.
Do you want to close the call and start again?
Right, let's try that.
Try that. Gotta love doing things live on stream. Sick.
Right, that was mad quick.
Is it? What? I didn't even press call.
No, I did.
Oh, okay, cool. But it's fixed now anyway. It's all good.
That's bullshit.
Shout out to Discord.
Shit.
Basement dwellers live, bruv. But yeah. So my gripe is the tournament result thing overriding all the other factors. All the other factors where it's like, look, I can tell you what this character can do. I can put my theory, I can apply the theory to practical stuff. That's obviously why I started doing, I didn't complain, but I tried to go, look, every Twitter combo I upload is not going to start with a 2M. It's more likely that you start with a 5L or a 2L. Like, yes, obviously you get people that start combos with 2Ms. It happens.
Of course that'll happen.
Yeah, it will happen, but it's more.
I think you're more likely to get under like the whole block string thing by doing like lights before your mediums. That I was gonna ask you guys before. I need to know the situations where a 2M would actually happen. So like reflect after vanish 2M.
This question came up. Enigma said this because I said it in the chat. I said like, you guys are wasting your time. Basically, I said you're wasting your time learning these 2M combo starters for a touch of death. And I said it's not that it's not good and it's not useful. It's that you're trying to fly a fighter jet before you can walk. Like, there is no need for you to know this. At this moment, there's no need for you to do this. And he was going, oh, but you can punish stuff. And I was like, okay, what are you punishing? What are, not even good players, what are you punishing? And I was like, in my head, I said, level 3s. Some level 3s, not even all of them. Some level 3s you can punish.
Okay, that's a good start. That's a base to work from.
Yeah, but how many times have you seen someone with a level 3? How often does it happen?
You remember what Apollo said? Actually, I don't even know if you were there when Apollo said it. Level 3s, their block stun. Once they're done, they leave you in a very awkward place. So you think you can do 2M, but you can't, and you're actually right in the opponent's face, and it wins.
Exactly, bro. Benedict Arnold, exactly. Like, this is my point.
Do you know what annoys me about? Sorry, this is gonna be randomly, or just quickly. What annoys me about DBZ is I don't like that there's certain beams or certain supers that on block they send you full screen so you can't actually punish them.
Oh, the pushback is on.
Like Adult Gohan, I think Cell, or is it Teen Gohan? I think it was Goku.
I think Gohan's maybe when he's got when he hasn't got Gotenks.
Adult Gohan's level 3. I can't remember if it's Teen Gohan's level 3 or because it's only level 3 because you can't do the extra part on.
Yeah.
I think Goku's level 1. can't remember. There's certain supers that send you full screen on block for no reason. So you can't punish them.
But the thing you do with that is you reflect. Then you can do 2M punishes, but no one's reflecting. Like that is that is past the point on people doing raw level 3s in the first place. Like that happens so rarely. Shout outs to Dunkosaurus. He was saying with punishes. In this game, I would say again, it's not very strong because
they seldom happen. They happen, but they rarely happen.
It's very rare that someone's going to whiff an auto combo. If you played a black,
just a normal in general.
or a cell, they don't really whiff buttons. And with a game of assists, it's very hard to go, oh, you missed that button. Let me, beam assist to the face, super dash, and I'm getting hit. Like it's not Street Fighter. It's not the spacing doesn't work like Street Fighter. So if you're practicing stuff like whiff punishing, again, fighter jets, bro, before you can walk. Like there's this, you need to practice beating super dashes so you can condition them to not do that in the first place. Then you can start playing a whiff punish game. You have to learn the stuff to force them to play how you want to play, so the good stuff works. A whiff reflect, if you're quick enough, yes, you can get a 2M punish for sure. And like I said, I'm not saying that 2M punishes the Twitter combos aren't useful and don't happen, but I would be way more impressed if someone got... I said it to Enigma, he said, you can't do it. And the ego in me said, I'm going to find a touch of death from an air heavy. I'm going to find it. He said it can't be done. He said the scaling will not allow you to do it.
A J2H, or when you land the instant air heavy?
A J2H. So IADH or just an air H. Starting a touch of death from an air 2H. Sorry, not an air 2H, an air H. He said it can't be done. And if I cared, I would look for it. But I know my team can't do it anyway. When base Vegeta drops, I will be looking everywhere, bro.
You know what? Zamasu
Dragon does. Show me, bro. Show me so I can show him.
No, Zamasu might be able to.
A touch of death from a jump heavy.
Because it's not a smash.
Oh, it doesn't mean about like so ground to air or air to ground. Sorry. So you know like with the pressure you have with people in the corner where they do IAD heavy into a button on the ground.
Oh yeah.
So from that, yeah. So air to ground, heavy into touch of death.
Heavy. That's what I said.
Yeah. But you said his one doesn't. Oh, I see what you're saying about Zamasu. Yeah.
Because I thought you meant J2H.
Yeah, sorry, no, just 5.
So I was like, because he doesn't smash, he might be able to do it depending on the character got behind him. But if you're saying that IAD heavy, I think you can do it.
I think you can. Enigma.
I don't play the game as much as you guys do, but I think you can do it.
I think you can do it. Enigma said you can't. And like I said, like when base Vegeta comes out, I'll look for it. But while I'm playing 18, I'm not going to look for it because it's hard enough to get a normal touch of death.
To be fair, he is using Cell, and if you can't find a touch of death with Cell or near touch of death in a lot of scenarios with Cell, then it might be safe to assume.
See, is that hive mind? Is that the hive mind talking?
I'm going off of basic premises.
No, you're going on what you've heard.
I've seen this green-eyed alien run around, do whatever he wants, 99-second perfect attacks and kill people. I think if Cell can't do it, you can't do it.
I mean, see, this... I love when people say this, because this you know when I came up with the Street Fighter, the Cross Tekken combo challenge thing? This is where it started from. It's like, nah. It's not just Cool Kid that can do these things, bruv. We can all do them. We just have to look harder.
Green, toxic waste mosquito is running around.
Bruv, I am telling you.
Death people from wherever he wants.
I'm telling you, I have seen Vegito touch or death people.
With how many bars? 3?
Bruv, why are you bringing why are you bringing these hurdles? Put the hurdles back in the cupboard, bruv. Stop putting obstacles in front of me, bruv. Bar was never an issue before. Why are you bringing bars in?
No,
if you're talking about bars...
Because I've seen Cell do a 0 bar.
So have I, bruv.
I've seen other people do TOD, 3 bars.
Bear witness. I've bear witness to this. Yeah, no, I've seen it. Files was in the chat, bruv. I've seen it. I've seen 0 bars. I'm not talking about 0 bars. The stipulation was... No one can do an air heavy into a touch of death. I'm not going to be a dickhead and go, well, I'm going to give myself 2 sparks as I've unlocked Shenron, and I'm going to give myself 7 bars. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start with about 3 bars, though. Best believe, I'm not doing some 0 bars. I'm not saying I can do Cell without using Cell. I'm saying, bruv, you need to check what you're saying. You best put the stipulations there. But he didn't put that there. I've seen solo touch of death with Vegito. Solo, dos, uno, bruv. On his Jack Jones. So if you put assists in there, what is man saying?
It's a possibility.
Exactly. So if man's getting solo touch of death for the 2M, surely if I change the 2M to an air heavy and add assists, I can do something. I'll holler at Platinum Kid and see what he's saying. But
shouts to Platinum Kid.
Shouts to Platinum Kid, bro.
That guy's been playing fine games for ages.
I've got respect for Enigma. I think he's doing things in the wrong way and he's trying too much and trying too hard. But that's a lesson he has to learn on his own.
Okay.
That's a lesson he has to learn on his own. But the whole no, you can't do this in a game that's just over 6 months old. I think he said it's his second fighting game. He needs to get off Discord, cleanse his mind, and just chill, bro. Bro, no, it is, man. Like he has been brainwashed in a way that makes him think that he is the smartest guy in the room. He thinks he's Hank Pym in a room of Powerpuff Girls, bro. Like he thinks he's so much smarter than everyone else. Which he's not an idiot. Like he's not dumb. He does know what he's talking about, but he needs to open the third eye, bro. Get the TNI and look about and say, instead of saying, "Oh, you can't do this because I have seen X, Y, and Z," go T mode. Show me that you can't do it. Show me optimal. You can't because the game is evolving. The game is constantly evolving, so you can't say that.
Game's evolving, meta's evolving. To be fair, some of the points he has made, they are valid. Whether or not he's been able to back them up properly or even show you in training mode, some of them are valid points. And again, we've said this before, some points you don't need. Well, it's always good to try and back up the evidence, but some points you can just by saying it, it's like, I kind of see what you mean. You haven't fully tested it or convinced me, but I kind of see what you mean.
But it's basically it's borderline finite. Like fighting games are infinite.
I thought especially you said Fortnite.
This game is not Fortnite. If it was, we would be getting money, bro. This game isn't finite. Like
random 5-day tournament.
Creativity in most fighting games, especially tag games, is basically infinite. It's basically
they're limitless. They're limitless, mate.
It's almost that in that sort of category. And to finalize a statement like that, it makes me feel a certain way, bro. I catch feelings. I easily catch feelings, and that is one of the ways that I catch feelings. When someone's saying,
"You've done this big rant attack,"
it's one of the reasons. Another reason is sort of outside of fighting games when it comes to people and the hive mind. And before I move on, someone wanted you to know who said it. Is that Darky? Wow. He said that Cell's not an alien. I mean, he's pointing at you because you said it was an alien. I mean, you can respond to that if you want to, or we could just move on.
He's an android. We get it.
There you go. That was a response.
That's it.
Okay, cool. See, man didn't take the bait.
I was vexed at the time.
Yeah, he was very upset.
If you want to challenge me at DBZ law, we can go.
Don't do it. Don't do it. This podcast would be twice as long.
I know. Be 4 hours long for no reason.
So if we quickly address the elephant in the Twitter room in regards to Grimulus,
what happened?
And King J about what happened. Man sounding like the Gigs album, bro. What happened? What happened to them? What happened to them, bro?
You just think we addressed the elephant in the Twitter room. I was like, what? There's better in them.
Oh, there is better. Okay, this one's it's not even the biggest. I mean,
the
to
most
us
recent.
As UK players, it's there. It's unavoidable, especially if you're a Tekken head. You cannot avoid this, bro. You cannot look anywhere in your Yaris and not see man's getting copyright strikes. And outside of the point of if Jay was in wrong or Grimness was in wrong, it doesn't matter. The point is the attitude of the people on each person's side. And I saw a tweet where someone, I actually don't remember the name. If I did, I probably would have said it, but I can't remember it. Real talk. He basically said, Grimless, don't upload your point of view. No one cares. We all know Jay's in the right. And it's the ignorance to not listen to both sides of the story and make your opinion that basically drew me to do this. It's dumbness. It's absolute dumbness.
Look, it takes two to tango. So if you only listen to one side and not hear the other, then again, that's probably a strong follower of Jay. Nothing wrong with that. But it's things did get out of hand. I do think certain things got exaggerated a bit as well. But all in all, I do think the copyright strike was a bit too much. But the thing is, it got to that point because, well, from again, this is just from a purely objective perspective, and I've got like nothing to do with this. I've only just seen things. It looked like when Grimless tried to get Jay's attention or talk to him and be level-headed about it, Jay didn't respond. And there has been a few occasions what I've seen where someone will say something to Jay and he'll just immediately shut down the conversation. Like he'll just immediately shut it down. And I can understand that because that happens to everyone. It's like, I don't want to hear this random noise in my ear. I'm just going to shut this down here. But Grimless tried to be reasonable about this. And the only way, from outside looking in, the only way to get his attention was to do something like that. Maybe not the copyright strike, but to get him to pay attention to something that he is heavily engrossed in. So I know that was a very roundabout way of explaining it, but it was, I need to get your attention by hitting you where it hurts. Mm-hmm. And that's why the copyright strike came. So, and I think if I can remember the YouTube laws.
Yeah, it's not that simple. It's not like Grimless said, "Oh, you can't use my footage." There's ramifications. There's a domino effect.
You can obviously file a complaint or like a copyright strike and say, "Look, purely mine." If you can prove it, and the thing is, it's an automated system, so it's very easy to do things on YouTube. I've had this done to me before because people flagged my Call of Duty videos ages ago for no reason when there was nothing wrong with them, and YouTube removed my channel. So because it's an automated system, whatever he done, the system must have said, well, this is completely legit, slamp the copyright strike down. And when you get a copyright strike, when you get strike one, you can't earn any revenue from your video for about 4 to 6 months. I think that's it.
Sounds about right.
Don't quote me on that. You can upload videos, but you can't upload random lengths, so you can't do sporadic lengths. They have to be within a certain time frame. Mm-hmm. There was something else as well. So he's got mad restrictions on his channel now for one copyright strike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Grim he obviously didn't know the rules maybe, and thought, oh, okay, I'm just going to take away what his... Basically because he didn't say, please and thank yous. There was no manners. He didn't address like, oh, can I use this, whatever. He went, okay, you're just not using it. But like I said, the ramifications are that he gets in bad standings with YouTube, so he loses a lot of... I don't know exactly what he's lost, but even if he didn't lose anything, like Tank made a point that it's 3 strikes, and that was an unnecessary strike. That's what Jay's probably seeing. He was like, bro, why are you being like this?
Yeah, look, if Grimless sees this or not, again, I don't think the actions he took was wrong. It could have been, everything could have been handled differently, and things could have been settled a lot easier. Mm-hmm. But the copyright strike was unnecessary. Whether or not that was his original intention, it was unnecessary. But going back to my point, just to regurgitate, Jay didn't respond to Grimulus when he was asking or saying certain things. He tried to shut down the conversation. So how else would you try and get his attention?
Yeah,
a guy like Jay, how else would you get his attention?
If some people don't listen, they must feel, man. Like this is the law of the land. Like if someone's addressing you and saying like, look, bro, all you have to say is my bad. Next time I'll ask.
I promise you. Sorry, it was mad simple because again, when you're on the outside looking in, it looks actually childish. It does look very immature, mad childish, right? One guy wanted footage of himself to put on his channel. Now we've all tried to do that at some point. Maybe whether it's games or whatever, you've gone to an event, you've done something, you've been on their camera, their stream, and it's like, well, it's of me, so clearly I'm in my right to take it and put it where I want to put it. Whether it's a picture, a video, maybe like a track with my voice on it, whatever, right? So by doing that, you think, like theoretically, you think you're in the right. But you haven't actually asked the original content creator. And then there's been this problem in the FGC, right?
Yeah, this happened with Evo.
I think so. I just know it's happened on like a few occasions. But it's like people taking content that's not theirs. And it's like, in this case, it's a very unique case because no one's really right, but no one's really wrong. It's weird. The original content creator put it on their channel, which is East London Fighters. Cumulus, or whatever. Jay was in that footage, right? Now, we said this before the stream chat or the stream started. If you go to an event, all right, we'll just purely do it off of FGC terms and basis, right? We'll use that as the example. So if you go to an event, you've signed up, you've paid your money to enter a tournament or whatever, but what you've basically done, I wouldn't say you've downright sold your soul, but you've agreed to whatever happens in that event, whether it's people taking photos, recordings, interviews, whatever, that's allowed to happen. That's just allowed to happen. And that's what people miss about these events. Obviously, if people don't like it, then there needs to be contracts like typed up or written down, because what's happened now is Jay's taking content that's theoretically it's his, but it's not his. I know it's a mix up in itself because he's in it, but he didn't produce it. He was just part of it.
Yeah.
And Grimulus wasn't happy. He's like, look, all you had to do was just say, can I borrow the footage? Or can I borrow the footage, put it on my channel, and I'll give you guys credit. That's all it had to take.
Yeah.
That's all it was. But then I don't think no one prompted it either. But that's what people would expect you to do that.
Yeah, so, I think it was more like, Jay should know better. Like, I'm not saying that's what I'm saying, but a lot of people are saying Jay should know better than to just do this, than to take someone's footage of himself and upload it. Tank made a good point, and he said if he was using the footage to do like a breakdown or commentate over it, it's all like what Sajam does. Sajam does that.
Do you know what? I actually don't even think nothing would have been said if it was that context. So shouts to Tank. If it was that context, I don't think anything else would have been said. But I will say this, because so Sajam does, this is random again, Sajam does his analysis videos for DB and Street Fighter.
He did it with Versus Fine. But
he has asked Capcom and he's asked Namco, can I do this? He done that before he even done any analysis. He didn't randomly take it and say, can I do it? He asked, I want to do analysis, I want to improve my analysis. Can I take footage from the CPT and the Namco Bandai official streams? They said yes.
Courtesy, bro. Like, I know it's not the same situation because Sajam wasn't in the tournament, but the principle is still the same. Like, if you took this out of context for fighting games, it's like, imagine if you're a footballer playing in the Premier League, they're watching the football, and they went, oh, no. When you show this footage, I don't want to be in it. I want to use it for my YouTube channel. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So when you go to a tournament, you can't say, oh, well, boy, like, I don't want to be seen. It's like, well, if I'm telling you have to play on stream, you have to play on stream. I might say, oh, okay, go play on the casual setup. But you can't say that, bruv. You can't say that.
No, there are some people that said, I don't want to be on stream until a certain point.
Yeah, and as a TO, you can say, well, you can also get disqualified. What do you want? You can also be seen as you're refusing to play your match.
Yes.
So the TO can be, reasonable and say, okay, if you don't want to be on stream, we'll work around it. But then that leads into another problem. It's like what we were saying again off stream about seeding. And it's like, well, if you're a top player and you say that, they might allow it. But if you're not a very good player, but you know what's going on, and you've got a problem, and it's like, well, you'll put me on because problem deserves to be on the stream. I don't want to get whacked up on stream. We're going to go play off. But the TO go, but who are you? You play when I tell you to play.
Yeah.
Same with seeding.
Yeah.
If I'm a nobody, if I'm starting to play Smash and I'm in Leffen's pool, I want to go, well, I can't be Leffen. Can I go in another pool, please? Bro, he will spit bare. Bro, he will open a can of Fanta. That's the sound effect that the TO will make. He will literally go, psst, what? Sorry, I had something crazy in here. You want to not be in this pool because Leffen's in it? No, I don't think so. But if it's a top player saying they don't want to be in a pool because of whatever reason, it sometimes happens like that. Is that fair?
Well, I don't know. How long's a piece of string? Is it fair? I don't know. But it could have been dealt with in an easier way, simple as well. But I think the situation got flipped on its head as well when I think Jay said, "Why didn't you ask me if you could record me or something, or like use me as part of the footage?" But it's like some people will ask that kind of stuff. They will ask that kind of stuff, but that was an unnecessary question.
It was so. That's such a reach, bruv. That was so S Club 7. Like, he was looking for any sort of defense, and I personally think that was a very weak defense. Very weak defense. Who, like we said off stream, who in the world has ever said that? Who's ever gone to Evo and then went to Evo saying, "Did I say you could upload my match on your footage?" Who said that?
I don't think I've ever.
Find me that rare, because I'll give him a medal for being a bad man for asking a dumbass question. That makes this zero sense. That's so stupid. Don't go to the tournament then if you don't want to be on stream. You can't go on the stream and then go, "Did you ask me?" It's like, I didn't ask you. You sat down.
Yeah. You paid, you entered, you sat down.
It's beyond me, bro. But like I said, this is not about picking sides about Grimless and Jay. It's about the people not listening to the facts or making an assumption.
No, because they don't know all the facts, and Grimless and Jay are in their right to not divulge everything.
No, this is very true. This is very true. But that makes this situation worse because people are basing their opinion on half facts, quarter facts,
pseudo facts,
fake news, bruv. Fake news. They're based on the fake news. Like, it makes no sense. I would rather be like, okay, I don't know the story. I'll keep my mouth shut. Not, oh, you're in the wrong. It's like, but you're saying he's in the wrong and you don't want to hear his opinion. Do you need to go play in traffic? Are you an idiot? Like, that makes no sense. Like, yeah. I don't understand. Like, but this is like the whole hive mind being in a different situation where it's just like people are so narrow-minded and fixated on either a player or a person or a game, especially in games. It happens all the time. We could talk about Cross-Tekken for life.
I would.
About hive minds. Like, that game died because of the hive mind. It was...
Yeah. So did Marvel. So did Marvel's Capcom Infinite.
Yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. That's a better example. That's a better example.
There was too many variables in that. To be fair.
I'd say there's more in Cross-Tekken. Like, Cross-Tekken rubbed a lot of people up the wrong way. So I kind of understand why people didn't want to give it a second chance when the update came out. But Marvel Infinite, from the get-go, it was shilling, bruv. I can guarantee you 98% of the people that use that word never heard it before. But because it was being said...
I'm going to hold my hands up high. I never heard the word shilling.
Have you not heard of shilling? Okay. But that's cool. But you wasn't one of the Breds going, oh, shills. Like, you wasn't that guy. So it's all right. You wasn't throwing around that word like it was the first word you learned at birth. And that's how these people were going on, bruv. These people were throwing out the word shilling like it was their name. Like, same thing happened with collusion. And then people using that fucking context. It made no sense. And I was like, I'm not the smartest Brer, but I knew what collusion was, and I knew what shilling was. And most of the time it was using context. But the fact that everyone was just throwing it out and not knowing the situation, like, just think about it, right? Why on earth would Disney need to give players money to promote their game? Just think about that.
Yeah.
This is what people were proposing.
That's some real rumination right there.
Disney gives no fucks about fighting game players. Zero. Nil point. They would not pay fighting game players to say their game's good. They would just not do that. Like, Disney don't give a crap about the comics, let alone the fighting game. Like, it's like people say things and I'm like, do you actually read what you said? Or do you even think about what you're typing? Or you just hashtagging? It makes zero sense. It makes absolutely... Oh, bro, I'm so tired. I need to roll up. I'm so upset.
Big rant attack.
It is foot. Yeah, that was a rant. Like, it just makes...
I just felt the need to shout it. Because it sounded just like Big Bang.
I needed to say it, bro. I think every time I feel the urge of, like, a long rant coming out...
Get a button that just goes Big Rant.
Yo, I'm gonna get a voiceover. I'm gonna get a legit good Vegeta voiceover saying Big Rant Attack. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna be like Angry Funko, bro. I'm just gonna hit the button and everyone's gonna know. But yeah, that really annoyed me more than the Cross-Tekken situation, because Cross-Tekken got good and became what it should have been. Where Marvel had problems for sure, but every Marvel game has problems. Everyone, and some of them don't even get resolved, and they still love it. Like, there's got to be a Marvel... Faisal's in the chat. Mark Faisal, you cannot sit there at your computer or phone or whatever, your iPad or whatever. You cannot sit there and tell me that Marvel 3 was good with Virgin Zero in the game. You cannot do that. You cannot do that with a straight face.
Nah, it wasn't good. It was brilliant. And I didn't even play the game. I played Felicia Deadpool Morgan. I don't know anything.
I can't talk about certain things. I can't go there. It's such a dark time, bro. Like I can't defend it, and I can't look at people that try to defend it. Like I've got this. This isn't just a Marvel thing. If Theory ever Theory wouldn't do this, but if anyone tells me ST's a good game, I might have the one boxing. I might have the One Punch Man boxing, bro, because the game has random stun. That is not good.
Actually, I know why ST's bad because, well, one reason. So if Bison hits you with Psycho Crusher, you get knocked down. If you block, you have to block 4 times.
Why are you laughing? You're sadistic, bro. You need help.
No,
you need to find Jesus. You need to find Jesus, bro. That game, bro. If Ken jumps in on you, you actually die. Did you know this?
And you get stunned.
You get stunned into death. Like how? Obviously, ST was obviously from a different period, and all this sort of stuff wasn't taken into consideration. But now we are meant to be smarter. How can you tell me a game with random stun is good? How?
Meant to be smart.
Yeah, bruv. Yes, exactly. That's a chapter in Dargo's book. Meant to be smarter. Hyphens, bro.
Nah,
Hyphens,
he goes
question
why
marks.
losers can't win.
Bruv, we are. There's too many losers, and there's too many losers opening their mouth. This is the problem. There's too many people. There's too many losers with big mouths, and it's just corruption, bro.
Are me and you losers?
I'm a loser. You beat Luffy, bro. So you're not a loser.
Well, it's 1-1 between me and Luffy in tournament.
But who won first? Who beat who first?
I did.
Well, there you go. Then that's what you need.
I know. I was 1-0 down.
Bad man. It was even better. The victory was even sweeter. Granny
I was
Smith,
1-0
bro.
down. I had to come back.
Granny Smith apples, bro. Sweetest victory. You beat me versus fire, and I was there, and I was like, oh, blood.
You were in the other room.
No, I heard it. I heard Mika. I heard your Mika whacking up his Mika.
Shut up. You were in the other room. You had no idea. I had to come and tell you.
And then I ran over, bro. Don't ever try it. I mean, real quick, I was like, oh, you beat Evo champs now, yeah? Is that how you're going on? And then man turned into a commentator. How the mighty have fallen. What? The fork in the road, bro. For your fork in the road.
Do you know what? Do you know Tasty Caesar should enter more tournaments?
You beat Luffy, of course you should.
Tasty Caesar's bare pissed I don't enter tournament. Sorry, it's random. It's random. We're talking about this.
It's not random. It's very important. Just change your podcast to how Jammerz could have won Evo. Technically.
No, shut up. Yeah.
By proxy, you beat an Evo champion. With his character. Let's address that.
No, not
he
that.
played Mika. He knows the matchup because he plays the character.
No one knows the matchup. No Mika player wants to play the mirror matchup.
You know why he knows the matchup? Because you have uploaded footage of what you do with that character. He can literally just go on your channel and go, Jammerz likes to do this. That is it. And there was CFN at the time. So there is no reason.
CFN's still here.
It's been here since day, bro. Don't call it a comeback. LL Cool J, standard, bro. Like he had there was no matchup. I'm not buying that matchup. That's weak, bro. That is a reach. There was no reason that you had an advantage over Luffy, but you beat him. Shout out to Luffy, but I am just saying you should have been a player. And it's only because you wanted to commentate. I kind of accepted.
You're a dickhead.
That's what you wanted to do, and I would, support that. But you should have been a player.
Safe.
And now you're that guy that talks, doesn't know what they're talking about, and is some sort of Skullgirls Harry Potter fighting game player.
Well, I only done this to myself.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm a Skullgirls player. I told to Kill Sage I watched him play Skullgirls. He was mad surprised.
Why do you not tell him my Beowulf is actually the best?
Because you were doing something else.
Nah, that's shade, bruv.
I know it is.
I big you up all the time.
No, you don't.
Bruv, whenever I talk to someone, if they mention Jammerz, the first thing I say is, you beat Luffy, yeah? That's literally the first thing I say. Every time.
I bigged you up to Steve, though.
For Leo.
Yeah, and Guilty Gear.
But then Sean walked into the room. Then Sean walked into the room, so I was like, oh, this bro is clearly irrelevant, bro. Sean is a better version than anyone. He made his own game. He saw the problems and came up with the best solution. You did break his game.
I broke his game.
But you're a Amiga player. You're a scumbag.
I actually broke his game.
You're the worst type of person.
I found the mechanic that shouldn't. I found something that shouldn't be allowed in the game.
You're the people that Sean wishes played on the M25. He's like, just leave my game alone. Let it be what I want it to be. Don't ruin it.
Can it be a motorway close to my house, please?
No. Train tracks. No. Train tracks. London Underground. Dodge your lines. Like everyone's trying to dodge your Mika. No, what if it was like.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Because that stuff is peak. That's peak. But I think, you know what? I want to take the Sean mentality where Sean he's a free thinker, bro. He is a butterfly. He is a butterfly in a field of sheeps. Because he dropped Guilty. He said, like, look, I mean, there's not been a massive influx of Guilty Gear players, but he dropped Guilty for his own accord. And he was making his game before that. But and he's playing Union. He's like, look, I am going to play a good game, or what I believe is good. And the numbers did not deter him. He said, I'm just going to play a game that I like, that is good. I'm going to play this edgy Seth character, and I'm going to try, innit? I want to see what happens. And I think a big influence on the size of games is that, like, even though I'm mad biased, shout out to Mr. Pex, shout out to Mike Z, Skullgirls is the sickest game. But I do not play it enough. That's a me problem. I am that guy.
We stopped playing it.
I had to stop because for me, getting games was more important than playing a good game, which sucks. But
I've done that for 4 years, so
I think everyone's going for it. Everyone comes at that fork in the road and normally turns to, well, there's players playing this, and let me go there. Instead of I'm going to struggle to find matches online, and you know I'm gonna learn 2 matchups.
Well, look, they do that. It takes about like 1 or 2 months to go. Yeah, no one's playing. I'm not playing this game. I've done that for like 4 years. I've done that. Played the same game for 4 years.
It's just stupid how people bitch about a game but continue to play it. And again, I was one of those people, but I stopped. I stopped playing Guilty because me crying about Johnny and Faust got too much for me. I could not stand to hear myself complaining about those characters. So I thought the only solution is to not play that game, and then I don't have to moan about it.
Yeah,
that is the only solution. Like otherwise, it's just gonna fester. It's gonna ferment like a good wine, bro. That hatred and anger, because you're putting yourself into it constantly, over and over again. Like I cannot go in the tournament without seeing one of those characters. And every time I play that character, I'm like, I need to stop playing this game because I'm just gonna complain, and no one wants to hear complaining 24/7. Like it's cool every now and again, or on a podcast like this, but every time you play the game, shout out to Dimcho. Every time I play Dimcho, I was just like, this matchup isn't fun. Not because it's hard for me, because I don't mind when a matchup isn't in your favor. It got to a point where it's like, I can only beat Johnny if the Johnny player messes up. And that's when I stopped. When that penny dropped, and it's like, oh, I'm beating Dimcho because he didn't do this correctly. I was like, so if he did that correctly, what could I have done? Nothing? Okay, I need to stop playing it. I'm not going to play a game to wait for someone to fuck up. That's not fun to me.
Yeah, I understand that.
So, like, it took me a while to get to that point, and I did it, and I feel better for it. Hopefully, it doesn't happen to me in Dragon Ball Z. I don't think it's that peak. Nah, it's not. I don't. Bro, I played Marvel. And no, actually, you know what? Goki Fafa made me have that moment in Marvel. He played Sigma Firebrand, and I was playing him. It was probably the last match I had, probably like 3 months ago. And I was playing him, and I was like, so he's just going to do Head Crush, like Juggernaut's move, basically the shoulder barge, Arc Divide, and he's going to tag, and I can't do nothing about it. So when I beat him, it's because he didn't do the right thing. Well, I'm going to stop playing this then. This ain't fun anymore. When I'm relying on someone else to make a mistake for me to be able to do what I want to do, it's not fun. It's straight up not fun. And I don't feel I don't feel DBZ's like that. Like, yeah, there is super dashing, but you can stop that. You cannot stop Arc Divide Tack. It had armor. You couldn't stop it. And it was full screen. You couldn't. You could jump back and then land into 5 random block walls. Safe.
Yeah.
BG's all round.
I see what you mean.
So, hopefully people can take heed. Do not play a game to moan about it. Do not do that. It's going to turn you into a bitter prick, bruv. I've been there. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to waste your energy getting upset about shit. Just play what you like and go about your day. That's why I'm going to play free Vegetas. I've been telling everyone I'm not going to play it because it's not going to be good or that blue Vegeta is not fun. But the fact of the matter is, it's Vegeta. So I'm going to like it. My hands might not, but my heart and my head does like it. So I'm going to do it. Whether it's bad or good. And I'll remain a gatekeeper. I don't want to be the best. I'm not Ash Ketchum, bruv. I'm not playing the game to be the best. I'm playing the game because Vegeta's in it. And that's literally every game I've played, I've tried to play Vegeta. So now the opportunity of me to play 3 Vegetas is here. I have to take it. I have to. Even if I'm going to play the worst team in the game. I just have to do it. And I would hope everyone else does the same thing. Not play that team, but play what you like. Don't play things for dumb reasons. And playing stuff to moan about it is a dumb reason. It's just a dumb reason.
I did that with Marvel.
Oh, well, Infinite. You kind of like Monster Hunter. There was a little bit of
Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah. So you like the character. That's a good reason to play it.
No, I Captain Marvel. Monster Hunter was just whatever.
Nah, you fancy it, bro.
What?
You go to the Capcom offices. You have to play that character.
No, I don't.
But
I did like her level 1 though.
Because it was cheap, bro. It was
not the Invincible one, the Arrow one.
Oh, okay, alright, fair enough. I don't know why you like that one.
Because it was guessed.
I like the Sword Swing. That was guessed.
Oh, what? Tartar Stampede?
That was so stupid.
The Invincible level 1 that you can combo from.
Shik. Good stuff. Good game. Good gaming, man. Good gaming.
Great game.
There's a lot of I'll probably make this the last topic. I've seen a lot of people talking about Street Fighter 4 and how it was a better game. And I remember, I think it was Theory again saying he liked how all the rose-tinted glasses came out after Street Fighter 4.
What came out?
The rose-tinted glasses. So when everyone's retrospect on Street Fighter 4 was that it's good, and it's like, no one thought that when it was out. He's kind of right, though. There was a lot of people that didn't like 4, started playing 5 and went, oh, 4's better. I respect 4. I don't like 4. I respect it more than Street Fighter 5's come out. I respect stuff like Links. I respect Neutral. I respect Wake Up. I respect all those things because it's in that game, bro. I still don't like Vortexes. Vortexes is still shit. And that ruined the game.
Yeah.
And then they tried to alleviate that by giving different wake-ups, which was in Cross Tekken from get-go.
Well, no, to be fair, Cross Tekken had soft knockdown and
rolls. Yeah, soft knockdown and Street Fighter 4.
The roll was the second thing. The roll was the second thing.
Yeah. So, but they had delayed wake-up, which was basically soft and hard.
Yeah.
So it kind of alleviated some of the vortexes. I still believe Akuma and Ibuki can still do it.
Well, the thing is there was an 11 frame difference between the regular hard knockdown delay wake up. So what you've done is you just basically frame killed for 11 frames and did the exact same setup. It didn't really alleviate the problem or mitigate the problem. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it didn't for those characters. What I'm saying, but other characters it did to a degree. It made it better. It wasn't a step. It was a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And outside of that, and maybe some of the OSs, I think the game is good. I kind of liked the little nuances like proximity OSs and stuff like that. I like that.
Okay.
Because in Street Fighter 5, I like basic games, but that is kneecap. African kneecap dry, bro. Like, that game is... Unless you're picking Abigail, where I had bare fun, and I was like, why am I winning with Abigail? I should not be winning at this game at all. This clearly means that Abigail's too good.
Yeah.
And then man got wiped out.
And he's been toned down as well.
So he should, bro. He was unreasonable. Like, again, I am the bar. I played Nash from day one. I went to Abigail for a week and I was doing all right. And I was like, nah, this isn't correct. This is bad balancing. This is bad balancing, bro. This guy is a walking 50-50. Like, this is dumb. I couldn't do much wrong, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie there.
So,
couldn't really mess things up with him.
And again, to go back to the hive mind topic of the rant, is people, when things are said, people just go with it. Like we said about MVCI, people saying, oh, it's not good. And it's like, is it not good because someone else said it? Or is it not good because you've tried it and you've seen this? Like, the only really bad thing in that game for me was Sigma and the inputs being eaten when you tag. That can absolutely dead. At cyanide, bro. Cyanide that, because that's just dumb. It was dumb when it was in
cyanide,
bro. It was dumb when it was in Guilty Gear. I hated it. I hated when people did YRC and he would just randomly take your inputs. I hate it. And the worst thing is, it wasn't even random in Marvel Infinite. It was consistent, bro. If someone tagged and you pressed the button when they tagged, your button was never coming out. Never coming out. And it's like, why have you got that mechanic? Especially free. At least make it like a Skullgirls thing where you set up. Like with Valentine when he gives you input lag and shit. I want you, or Jamming Bomb with Modok. Set that shit up, bruv. Not for free. You just press the button randomly, and now my button that I was going to counter poke you with is gone. It's in the ether, bruv. It's the Netherrealm. Why? Dumb. That was dumb. That was dumb. Like, Reality Stone was kind of stupid as well, but to me, for a versus game, if I could only think of three things that really annoyed me, that's a good game. That is a good game. So, and I think because of everyone's hate, it was just infectious, bruv. Like, everyone, it was cool to not like the game because everyone else said it, not because of people's experience.
Yeah.
Which I think is stupid, but that was the whole point of this conversation. Just stupid people. So, if people could not be stupid, if people could not be stupid, that would be blessed.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get what you want, and I want a Ferrari, but I'm not really going to get that now, so.
Yeah, see, Darkest knows. People were screaming, buy Street Fighter 4. 5 come out, and they were screaming, I'm sorry, Street Fighter 4. Bruv, everyone's like, oh my god, links are so stupid. And now you want people to have links because it makes things creative. When you're forced to do a combo, the optimal combo, over and over again, that's not hard.
I think that's one thing that grinds my gears about fighting games these days. It's you've been forced to do the combo now.
It's kind of dead. Like I have dreams about Ryu doing crouch like sweet.
Wow.
I have dreams about it, bruv. Like, such an insignificant combo, and I'm like, I miss that shit, bruv, because it wasn't free. I miss that shit, bruv. I miss Bison tap scissor kick. I miss that shit, bruv. Oh, you know what I miss? I miss stand light kick, stand heavy kick. I miss
with
that
Bison?
shit, bruv. Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember the combo.
I miss that shit, bruv. And now I'm seeing people get thrown and having to guess. And I'm seeing people complain that they haven't got a reversal without using bar. And it's just like, well, don't play then, man. Just don't play.
Yeah. But there's not much I can say because it's like I agree with exactly what you're saying. And it's like, look, this is where the competition is.
It is, yeah. Like, again, I'm not saying that Street Fighter 5 is a bad game. I'm just saying people that moan about it should just move on. Just stop throwing the shade, bruv. Let there be light.
Well,
if you like the game, tell people you like the game. Don't play a game that you can't tell people to join in on. I did that with Guilty Gear. Like, near the end of it, I was like, I can't tell people to play this game. Not when Johnny's how he is, bro. I cannot morally tell people that this game is good. I couldn't do it anymore, bro. It was not God's gift anymore. It wasn't.
It wasn't God's gift.
It was
anymore.
Mephisto's, bro. It was Satan's. It was someone else's, bro. God did not give us that game. He flooded us, bro. Noah's Ark. There was no boat. When they changed Johnny for that last time, we all got washed away. Absolutely washed away. But it's okay. We can rejoice. We have the year of Arxis. At Evo.
BB Tag, BlazBlue, Unial, because it did come out this year as well.
Shouts to Frenchy Bread.
French
Bread.
What else was there?
Obviously GB.
Well,
or is that too old now to say it's new?
It came out. Well, BB Tag's a new thing now.
Mm.
BB Tag's a new thing. But look, man, good games are hard to find these days.
Wow, man said play 3S. It's a good game. Singo, you're you know you've got a beard, so I allow it. But you're not right. You're an evil brer. You can't say that. I mean, I'd rather play 3S than ST. I would definitely rather play 3S.
Oh yeah.
But 3S is. I mean, if that Evo moment didn't happen, no one would care. Like past First Strike era.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't say no one. I would say not enough.
Past the First Strike era. That's what I meant to say. Like
the
newer players.
Sorry, it even mentions that in Daigo's book. What he was thinking about.
Really?
Yeah, even he mentions about the Third Strike moment and what he was thinking about at the time and everything. It's actually kind of sick.
Was he thinking, I'm a bad man?
Not entirely. Hold on. It's going to take a while to find it, actually.
He should have said that. Like, I think people getting gassed. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to bring one more topic before I close it. The Mena RD topic. It's pretty old now.
Mena RD?
Yeah, when he was playing Goichi in Street Fighter 5. And everyone was making noise, and Goichi was like...
Oh, yeah.
I want to make a point that if that was me playing Mena RD and all that, obviously that noise wouldn't have been made if I was playing Mena RD, because everyone would be like...
someone else would have made the noise.
But obviously because it was a close match and it was hype because he beat such a good player, the noise was made. But if it wasn't Goichi and it was a nobody and no one cared about and he complained about the noise, nothing would have happened.
Yeah, probably.
It's because Goichi said it was like, oh, man needs to get banned. It's like, hold on, you banned a man for making noise. Is this real life? The fact that people were like, oh, I'm gonna tattletale on you. It's like, first, there's no government body for fighting games, so this is stupid in the first place. All the tweets like, oh, he should be banned. It's like, who are you talking to, bruv? Who? The tournament's done, so you can't ban him from the tournament he's already been to. You're gonna ban a guy for getting hyped for his bread. Go play golf. Go play golf and make no noise and clap. One hand clapping.
Go play golf.
Why? Like, how? For me, fighting games, that is one of the most important factors, is the hype. It's the fact that you're allowed to get hype. Natural hype.
Yeah.
A lot of other games or sports or whatever either don't allow you to be that hype because the players need concentration, and it's kind of, again, it's like an unwritten rule, and the other games / sports contain it to a section away from the players so they don't get distracted. Fighting games has always been like, it's been OBS, it's open source. Like we were saying off stream. OBS, bruv. It's everyone. Like, you get Johnny No Mates playing Dargo first round. If he beats him, he's a thing instantly, in a second. He didn't have to go through qualifiers. He didn't have to be on a team. He didn't have to pay or suck anyone off. Bruv, he just came up with his money. His money was as good as Daigo's. He entered and he beat him. And now he's something. There is very few other sports where you can say that that's the situation. Very few. And people are applying rules from other games and sports to this one. And it's like, it doesn't work. Like, you can force it, but it's not right. It shouldn't be that black and white. It shouldn't be that. Like, I would have flipped, bruv. If someone told me, like, okay, granted, if I'm shouting in someone's ear, that's different. If I'm behind them, they need to get some noise cancelling headphones.
Or headphones in general.
Or you best up your mental game, bruv, and block me out.
Well, that's easier said than done.
It is, but it's fine games. Not much is ezy. You better learn that shit.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You better learn that Zen state, bruv. Come out of trainer mode and learn some Zen state. Because I don't believe you should be telling people to be shush. You should not be telling people to shush up in a tournament. You have to take that shit, bruv. Like, this happened to me and I was gassed and I lost. And I still liked it. When I played Nefi at Kansas with the Clash, Tank was there. Tank's in the chat. Tank will tell you, bro. I didn't. Not only were they making noise, I was getting abuse, bruv. Some might even say racial abuse, but I was like, nah, it's cool. I know what they're trying to say. But, for people that don't know, Nefi is like one of the best players in Guilty Gear, and he plays Soul. And we've gone back and forth, but Nefi is definitely better than me. But I've beaten him a few times. And when we was playing, he was hitting me with a move called Gunflame. The clue's in the title. A fire comes out. Bruv, they were singing Fire, Fire. They were singing a Chichi Man song at me, bruv.
Wow.
But obviously, I knew the context. I knew it wasn't like that, yeah. But the guy, the commentator, I swear down, please Tank verify this. I wish there was footage. There might be footage somewhere in the ether of Twitch or whatever. The guy, the commentator was, he was like a free roaming commentator. So he had a mic and it was a crowd. So I could hear what the commentator was saying. Not only that, the man got in my face mid-match with the mic and screamed Fire, Fire Bun.
Wow.
Like, I could not look past him. They were playing on like head-to-head cabinets.
That's great.
But bro, it was sick. I was so gassed to see them gassing up Nefi so much. I was like, bro, I'll take it. It was 2-1. He beat me, but it was the sickest match I've ever had on Guilty Gear. Easy. Because of the passion around everyone else. That's what it's been like. Everyone has different reasons for playing games. I want to entertain, bro. And if that's due to me getting my ass burnt, then cool. As long as everyone is catching jokes, I'm down for that. And I know that's a me thing, and that was an extreme. If that happened to someone who doesn't like that, then yeah, definitely you need to speak up and be heard and say something. But if someone's in the back making noise and they're extra loud, that's their quirk, bruv. That's their quirk. You're gonna have to hold that. If my friend's got that quirk, then cool. Then he's a good friend. Because they're both hearing it. Or the decibels are the same to both players. If Menor ID can use that noise to boost his in-game performance, the same way F-Champ is known for using the hate to power him up, then that's a skill you need to learn, bruv. Learn that skill, innit? Let the hate make you play better. Instead of going, I want you to be silenced. Like I said, go play golf. If you don't want to hear noise, get headphones and go play golf. Like, what else can be said? Like, there's no... Everything in the FGC is... There's no stipulations. There's no rule sheet you have to read and sign to say, oh, this is what I have to abide by to play fighting games. Obviously, you've got rules of, like, not entering twice in tournaments. Like, it's frowned upon, obviously.
No, I'm entering twice, safe.
I mean, you could get banned.
I know.
But did you sign a contract? Or I probably did. You know what? The collusion thing proper pissed me off, bro.
Which collusion thing?
All of them. Any collusion thing. Like, not just the J one. To me, like, to me, not in a disrespectful way, Jay's whatever to me. Because I don't play Tekken. I don't really see him. I don't interact. So he's just a player. That's not a good or a bad thing. But I would say, if man's going to collude, you have to hold that shit. You know how you stop people colluding? You get to grand finals.
Bruh.
Simple. If you know that these two players that are good are going to get to the finals and throw a match or pot split or whatever, then you need to get to the finals to stop that happening. That is the only way you should be able to stop that. What Spooky did, I remember what Spooky did when Chris G was colluding and he was using like a pocket team against, I think it was Ray Ray, I could be wrong. He picked some other team and they were messing about. Spooky stopped streaming it because he said, I'm not having collusion on my stream.
Safe. I
mean, he is a streamer, so he has the power to do that. I can't argue that. With the J thing where it was like, oh, well, bruv, like, that is a man's. I don't care, bro. If I was in his shoe, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have done it. Ban me, bruv. Ban me. Because if I've already qualified and my guy got finals, what am I going to win for?
Yeah, that's messed up.
Why? Like, I wouldn't do it. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck. I hope Bandai hear this, bro. If you ever see me in finals,
I don't think you want them to hear.
Bro, if you see me in finals with RMZ, I will make RMZ pot split with me.
Okay, I'll make sure to email it to Bandai first thing.
And if no one likes that, come stop me getting grand finals, bro. Come stop the bar. That's how you stop collusion, bro. It's a simple conclusion. Simple conclusion. getting upset about it, like, oh, well, these guys got to the finals and didn't put on a performance. What are they? Are they your monkeys, bruv? Wow. Are they meant to be jumping through hoops for you? No, they're playing for themselves to get money. They're not here for you to spectate. It's a happy byproduct that you have a stream and all that sort of stuff. You should be pleased. You should be thankful. Not thinking, oh, well, they should play for my benefit. When man's like, what's his name? The Canada Cup guy. Lapchi. When he was saying, oh, all right, okay, well, if we're doing this for the stream and spectators, we're going to charge you. And then everyone ripped him into it. It's like, do you know how much money that guy forks out of his pocket, bro? All the pockets, the back one, the side one, in his sock. If you're rolled, you know you put wedges in your sock. He had to dig deep and get people to fly over to play. And he's trying to compensate a little bit of that back, and people just threw it back in his face.
Yeah.
Ungrateful, bro. Ungrateful swine.
Well, you find those any part of the world.
This is true. What's chat saying? How's collusion game entering? How is a collusion game entertaining? I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying collusion's entertaining. What I'm saying is you have to hold that shit. The tournament is not meant to be entertaining for you or anyone else, not directed at Rickstar. But the tournament is for the players to compete in. If there was no stream or spectators, the tournament would still exist.
It'd still continue.
Yeah, it's still a thing. The stream cannot exist without the tournament. This is what I mean. People have got it back to front. They think that the spectators seeing collusion is not entertaining. It's like, but if there was no tournament, you wouldn't see fuck all. But if there was no stream, the tournament would still be there.
Yeah.
It's not a chicken and egg situation, bro. That's not what it is. Until we get in the future and Google cars are around, we drive the cars.
Man said Google cars.
Like, we drive the cars. The cars don't drive itself. So, are they your monkeys, bro? Well, I'm not. I mean, I am a monkey. I am a monkey because when I enter to entertain. Hence why I pick Vegeta Broly.
What a boring guy.
Bro, I want people to catch jokes. This is my purpose in fighting games.
I said, where do you think you're going? Get
Your
that auto combo side switching grab.
Bro. 16 players. That's why Rixie said that. Only a 16 player would say that. My opinion is unpopular. Good. I'm a hipster. I play on Hitbox, innit? This is me.
Yeah.
I am unpopular. Like, this is my life. But yeah, I think that is long enough. 2-hour rant. I feel a little bit better.
Right, it was 2 hours.
Yeah, just literally pretty much on the nose. 2 hours.
Man said he feels better about ranting.
I feel better, bro. It helped. I can play smart with a smile on my face now, bro. And that will be my life until Base Vegeta is dropped. Then I will learn some tech. I will upload it, and I will trash talk anyone I beat with it. So I'll say, "Well, was there? What do you want me to do?" And I will also say that my team is whack.
Well,
because that's what everyone else does. That's the flavour of the month. Tell people your character or your team is whack, and then beam with it. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, say for everyone who's in the chat, Tank has been mad active. Shouts to all the DBZ heads in there from the chat. I see you. My mission objective in the tournament is to ruin man's day.
Yeah, that's what commentators and other guys do. They just go in there and other people's day.
Is that your goal when you commentate?
Well, when I commentate?
Yeah.
I can't ruin people's day by commentating. Actually,
yes, you can, bro. You absolutely can.
I take that back.
It's not a can, it's a will when, bro. Will and when. Because you will do it.
Due to past experiences, I just sit down and people just get upset.
Sticks and stones, man. Who knew?
But no, for most commentators, it's like if I to fuck up your day. Because I've already won.
Wow. That is the realest of bars, bro.
No,
you win. As soon as your tushy touches that chair, you've won.
No, because it's like if I'm going to the event that's gonna pay me for commentating and they're gonna let me enter, I've already won. And let me tell you something that's mad funny, right? I'd probably get more money than the players.
Bruv, I haven't said this out in public, but this is absolutely true. This is like, I don't commentate, I do like the streaming and stuff, innit? Like versus fighting. As soon as I got to versus fighting, I felt like I won. Because I felt like I cannot leave this establishment without getting paid. This is sick. This is what everyone else is coming to. People are flying overseas to get that feeling, bruv. And it's only a maybe. I stepped through those automatic doors and was like, plus frames, bro. Plus frames. Like, I have won. No matter what I do or wherever I place, I have won. The feeling was great.
Well, to be fair, it's like you're providing a service. I'm providing a service.
Yeah.
Look, we wouldn't be here without the players. So,
absolutely. Yeah, I think. Yeah, sorry.
When you put it in perspective, it's like some of us do walk away with more change than other people.
Yeah, I mean, I should have said as soon as I walked through the doors and knew other people were walking through the doors, then I felt like I was winning. Because if none of the players came, then I'm sure I wouldn't get paid. So yeah, you're right. The players, thank you very much for lining my pockets. That was very nice of you. And
wow, man said thanks for paying my bills.
Basically, yeah, in a roundabout way, in a very blunt way, but I think it sucks. I mean, I've said this from time. Like, I think Gutek said this from time. They should have exhibitions and pay both players.
Yeah, why not?
I think that's something that should be pushed, especially if everyone wants this esport thing. I think money matches are very prehistoric. They're cool and they're hype and they are fun, and it's the best way to get egos out for sure. But if people want to be esports, money matches have to dead. Both players needs to be like boxing. You get obviously.
Oh yeah, they'll get a payout, but obviously one gets more than.
Yeah, one gets more, but both players should be getting paid. So I mean, that's ideal. There's not much money in the FTC, as we all know. Well, because it's going to commentators. Oh blood!
Oh dear. Here we go.
I mean, maybe people didn't know that. I thought it was a given that commentators are getting mad money. Mad money. Not. I mean, in the FTC, mad money is not very much, but when commentators are getting paid as much as people coming in second and sometimes first, it's like, wow, this is the circle of life, bruv. Simba's dad told us.
Well,
it is what it is.
What can you do?
You can, I don't know what you can do. You can get an Ava Media and a tower and just do what I do.
To get an Ava Media and be a content creator. You all know what happens when you do that.
You get silly money, man. Like, even... no, uploaders.
No, you get a copyright strike.
Oh, wow. Bars. Alright, be an ethical content creator. Make your own content.
Look, man, a lot of people get copyright strikes still.
Bruv, I ain't got it. Oh, no, you know when I used to do it? Bruv, shout out to Darkos. You know when I used to get it? Is when I used to put tracks over my music, over my videos. As soon as I started using Darkos as well, I'd never heard of it, bro. What is a copyright strike?
Yeah.
Shout out to Darkos, bro. Unique beats that cannot be copywritten. And everything else I do like the Kumite, which is like, it's not me playing, but it's my content per se. And offline matches. So until Bandai or the companies making the game say, look, we don't want you having that, no one can tell me shit, bro. The players can try. I applaud any player that comes up to me and says, "Can you take that from your website, off your YouTube?"
Right,
I will say, one, you are aware that only like 4 people watched it because it's on my channel, and 2, I'm like, I can't be asked.
All right, safe. Can you remove all footage of me on your channel, please?
No, because me versus you in Street Fighter 4 is the sickest video on there.
What? Nah, I'm copyrighting.
You please do it. I can't wait to do it.
Anywhere on your channel, my name seen, I'm just going to.
You're going to be there a while, bro. We played a lot of Skullgirls.
I can do whatever I want. Have you seen how many videos I've created?
You've done a lot. All right, man. All right.
You think I don't have time?
Man is swinging his edict up in here, bro.
I've done bare RPGs. You think I ain't got time to go on your channel and look for things?
Bro, I've been on your channel and I've seen you sing Arabian Nights. Let's not go there.
I can easily remove that video though.
No, you can, but I've got. You can't remove it from my tower, blood. You can't remove it from my tower. There is a splendid website where you can rip YouTube videos, bro. You should get to know.
I know there is.
Yeah, that is on the top list of my favorites, bro. My browser history is YouTube rip.
Man said it's bookmarked, and the next thing that's under it is mine.
I'm forever ripping content for people that are doing questionable and funny things. I'm going to make another channel, and it's going to be the You've Been Framed of Fighting Games. Just believe, bro. It soon come.
That'll probably get me more views, to be honest.
It probably would get so many more views than what I'm doing, bro. Infinitely more views.
I'd be bare pissed off.
I'm going to turn into, what was it, like Lang Hub. Real life Lang Hub, bro.
I'd be bare pissed.
The first thing I put is Apollo and CJB.
Oh.
That would be the first thing I put up on there. That would be the best. Sick. But anyways, yeah, let's wrap this up. Do you want to give me shout-outs? Episode 0. I'll do a proper episode 1. Well, I'll actually kind of like script stuff, but this is episode 0.
This was just like a prototype.
Yeah,
we went on bare tangents, to be fair.
Good. I hope this is a good representation of the future.
Of what? Going on bare tangents?
Yes, because there's too many things to talk about.
Yeah.
And I feel I'm not a structured kind of brer.
You sure?
I'm not theory fire.
Are you sure?
I'm not. What's going on, guys? What was it he used to say? What did Fury used to say? I can't remember that.
Penetrating your eardrums, B.
Oh, that was me. Oh, I didn't even start with that. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Well, the outro will have that in there. Shh.
Wow.
I was stealing my catchphrase, man. What was Fury's catchphrase?
No, I didn't say anything.
You said it. Like, all right, editing that out. Mute. Okay.
What
was Fury's catchphrase?
So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna after the Discord call is done. You're gonna do what's going on, guys. C4 here, penetrating your eardrums, and stop. You're gonna put the fun.
Bro, you don't know me, bro. I ain't got time for that shit, bro. I used Microsoft, bro. I used Movie Maker for about 7 years. I am not doing that.
But you bought that new software. You can do it.
Oh yeah, I bought it. When's the last time you seen me use it? I use it for like.
I don't ever see you use it. How do I know?
Yeah. Well, trust me, not often. I cannot be asked. I cannot be asked.
That's
but
good. What
I'm going to do is I'm going to end this podcast pretty much now. Shout out to all the people in the chat. Oh, do you want to shout anyone out first before I close? Mika plays?
No.
Oh wow, your people.
No, because Mika players, the one creed we have, Mika players should never trust each other. Never ever trust a Mika player in general.
Words to live by.
Don't ever trust a Mika player.
Bro, Matt,
I'm dead serious.
I told Matt to do a shout. He did a shout in, bro. If he done inwards, it's like don't trust these people. No shout, shout in. Like these players cannot be trusted.
So shouts to all the viewers here that have listened to this tangent that went on for like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Sick.
Shouts to C4IQ. Yeah. But I guess that's it. I can't forget anybody else at the moment. That's a shout that's relevant to this.
Oh yeah.
I can shout out bare people, but it's
none of it's relevant. None of it's
relevant. Have to be a shout that's relevant.
I'm going to do shout-ins. Shout-ins to everyone in the chat. You've wasted 2 hours of your time. Safe. Chances are I've penetrated your eardrums. Sick.
Oh, wow.
I hope Fury hears it.
Wow.
I hope Fury hears it. Two catchphrases, 1 sentence, bruv. Bars.
Chances are I've penetrated your eardrums.
Yeah, definitely chances are. 100% guarantee that I'll penetrate your eardrums with absolute nonsense. Shout out to Vegeta, standard. This has been Big Rant Attack. Hopefully, actually not hopefully because I don't want to get angry, but yeah, there should be some more in the future. I might try and make some more positive if that's what people want, but I don't think that's what people want. But we'll see. But if anyone's got any ideas for a topic, hit me up on Twitter. Either the Situational Damage Twitter or I am C4 the bar. Just hit me up on Twitter and yeah, I'll write it down and then.
I said the bar.
The bar, bro. The bar. I am the bar. I have come top 8 in every Dragon Ball Z tournament I've entered. I am the bar. I've not won any of them, by the way.
Jesus.
I've ranged from 8 to 2nd. So yeah, I'm clearly the bar. So yeah, let me know on Twitter and yeah, I'll keep them noted and chat some stupidness with. I want to try and get Theory. I want to try and trigger Theory. It's been a long time. But yeah, I'll get different guests on. I'm sure Jammerz doesn't want to do this on a regular basis, bruv. He will drive him insane.
Oh, what? This on a regular basis?
Yeah, it'll drive you mental, bruv.
Why would it do that?
Because you're a sound person. You're of sound of mind. I've seen your notes.
Am I?
Not when you're forced to be militant on mic, no. But
Man said I'm a sounder person. Actually, when have I ever been forced to be militant on the microphone? I've
when
had
you
to
get told to go. No, when you're told to come on podcasts.
Oh, and say what I want.
Yes.
Oh, say
Midnight Jammerz. Don't forget.
No.
Never forget, bruv. Midnight Jammerz. Let me just bring Carlo in the room, bruv, and then we'll see militant Jammerz. But how old is Carlo? That is the question.
Oh my god.
Nobody knows. How old is he? Benjamin Button, Carlo. Anyway, that's a dumb tangent. Let's just kill it. Shouts to Carlo, bruv.
How old?
Yo, shout out to Tasty Steve. I need to shout out to Tasty Steve.
Oh,
He ain't gonna watch it, but shout out to Tasty Steve.
He's the best.
How old are you, bro? Anyway. Catch you guys later. Safe for jumping in. And yeah, until next time. Peace.